Welcome.
Hello. Wonderful. Welcome to a delayed part 2 of this Halloween-themed one-shot. Let's be real, spooky season is carried on until this point anyway, so this is fine.
Spooky season is forever.
What am I going to say? Let's do a roll for recap. Mayhem.
Oh my god.
15.
No.
I didn't write it either.
Fun.
It's gonna be amazing.
15.
I'm excited.
Oh,
Okay,
natural
it's gonna be
20.
close to 18. Oh, so it could be George.
No.
Two.
George, then anyone else closer to 18? 6, and then
Sure.
Domash.
There's a two. Two on this.
Here we
disc.
go.
George!
Hey.
Good luck.
Okay, so it's gonna be not covering everything because we went to a bar, we got a bit drunk, we then had the next day when we were getting ready, which took a bit long, but it was really fun, and there was like lots of characters which were from the game that kind of cropped up, and that was just quite fun. So we had like Valis pop up, and we were doing trick-or-treating and jello shots. It was all very cool. Everyone got dressed. Loran has told everyone that they needed to dress kind of campy and kind of shit because he's a bit of a snake and he wants to win the costume competition. But everyone kind of didn't really listen to him anyway. So he's looking at Saraza like, damn, look at you as this drag gladiator vampire victim.
I forgot that's what he was.
You're gonna potentially rival me for this. But then I'm in that's Saraza. Cass is in a hot dog costume. Neff is in a pirate costume. Slya is a sexy librarian. Brian is a sexy bunny. Loran is a sexy cat. And Bluey is in a suit of armor. So, yeah, interesting. And we all go to the... is it Spooktober?
Yeah,
Shocktoberfest.
Shocktoberfest.
Shocktoberfest, that was it. So we head to Shocktoberfest all together, and we've also got Kev, who is a vampire dandy. So that is all very fun. We go, and the first thing that we do is we go and do the cider tasting, and we have Hesterbrand, another sort of PC from the actual campaign, and it's great. We all have like lots of drinks. Kath gets very drunk. People have see in like different colors. Some people see in no color. It's kind of all a thing. Then we decide we're going to go for a tarot card reading, and the tarot card lady is like, "Damn, guys, you cursed," and we like, "No, honey, no, no." And then she was like, "Guys, you need to go back and get a sample of whatever like you drank, like otherwise I can't help you." And we were like, "Nah, fine." Cass only went because she wanted more alcohol, but they went. As they were getting more alcohol, the curse actually hit, and everyone turned into the costume that they are wearing, which means that we have Slya, who is now a sexy librarian with slightly impaired vision. We have Bluey, who is literally a suit of armor with no body inside. We have sort of a Cats-esque sort of Loran right now, like he's from the movie Cats. Brian is a sexy bunny. Neff is quite literally a pirate with a parrot. And Cass is a hot dog. So that's great. They go back to the thing and they're all like, "What the fuck? Like, we didn't think this was real." And she was like, "Oh yeah, I told you it was real. God, guys, you didn't listen." And then so now we're heading to like the mansion, which is where there's like been like the what was the name of the guy who owned
The name
it?
of the guy was... Well, you only know him as Lord Heisel. So not
Lord
Heisel.
Heisel. Right. So the whole thing with Shocktoberfest is like it's around the Heisel estate, and there was like spooky goings on in the past, and like rumors of the occult, and that Lord Heisel had dabbled in things that he shouldn't be dabbling in. And so we're off to the castle or mansion or whatever big house you want to call it, and we're going to find the bish and be like, "I don't want to be a hot dog no more." But we do apparently have magic, so that is a plus. Though Brian is very convinced that it's all Karul, so we're definitely going to be covering him in condiments at some point. as a sort of just in
plant
case.
pots.
And then hopefully Loran will win the costume competition. But right now, my money would be on Bluey.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. I need you all to know that just now I drew a little drag Sarza with Kev hanging off the side of him.
Go.
Oh yeah, and Kev. I missed the most important part. Kev and Sarza went on a date, but then turned into their costumes, which is a vampire dandy and a vampire victim, whilst also being a drag gladiator. So now, so Kev is now being restrained, and Sarza is being looked after by the tarot card lady.
Beautiful.
And we've also kidnapped basically Ender to make us make him give us a tour of the castle, and he's a bit like concerned. There we go. I think that was everything.
I think you guys. How was it that you actually managed to
catch in this one shot?
I don't know. I think we were basically like, just do it.
Yeah, and he was like,
and then he was like,
Was it Bluey like popped up a helmet and he just started screaming?
I hope that was everything. Sorry, it was kind of a little bit.
It's okay.
It was a little bit higgledy-piggledy because I was trying to remember exactly
That's
where everything
fine.
was. So.
Wonderful. That's perfect.
Sarza was the only one who could like drive well. That's the one thing I remember. Not
he
the
drives
thing,
everywhere.
A thing, I remember.
The only thing is that Sarza can drive, and he owns a
Jeep. And he's unharmed and sober and no longer getting bitten. Anyway.
Yes. He like dipped his tongue in the cider, and that was enough, it seemed. So,
fuck.
Enough to transform him, not enough to get him drunk.
Once
so you're
you've
sober
dipped your tongue in the cider,
decent to drive. You just turn into a gladiator drag queen. So, everyone, I need to cough. Okay, I did it. Right.
Yay.
So,
Proud of you.
You are all making your way up to Lord Heisel's. What the fuck was that? George, what the fuck was that?
What?
George, what the fuck was that? That flag.
I think my mum came in through something on my bed.
I just saw something black. I thought it was like a fucking bat. Holy crap. Okay, cool.
I think it was this. Emma, I think you can rest easy. I think it was a mask.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Wear a mask, guys. Grand. All right, so this is fine. So you guys are all on your way up to Lord Heisel's manor. It's dark. The road ahead is relatively empty compared to the rest of the fairground. As you know, this attraction you need to reserve a space for. However, it seems that luck has happened upon you this night because this time slot is free.
Luck?
Ender legs luck.
Looks down at her soft hands. Well, I think you guys... Well, you have to know that Cirque du Soleil are currently performing on the live stage. So that probably would be why. So Ender, on shaking legs, begins to escort you up the hill. And he's just like, oh my god, I can't. Where's your face? He looks at Bluey.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to...
It's just not there, and I don't understand, because everyone's got faces, and you don't have one. Are you
Don't worry, this is just an unusual circumstance. We all want to solve it.
Cass,
I think unusual circumstance
reaches a hand up and taps it on his shoulder, be like, it will be And she turns around and winks at Loran.
Upsetting of them all.
After she does that, she winks at Loran, because if Cass is going to be in this hell, she's going to have some fun.
Dear God. Loran hisses at you, and you watch like the fur on the back of his neck just kind of rides up. And then he grins, is like, oh shit, I can actually do that. That's wonderful. And continues lumbering forwards on four legs. I need you all to remember that Brian has a hopping speed. So every step he takes is a hop.
Every move man.
Yeah. And
Every
I'll be
half you say.
hopping with you.
and you have this instinct to bring your hands in front of you like this. You have to like force yourself not to. And Neff, I've made an executive decision
What's the executive decision?
about. So your character's a pirate, yes?
Yes.
You've Scurvy.
You know, you've got a pirate accent as well.
Yar!
Imagine a sailor. That's perfect. You have to go arg every couple of minutes. It's
Arg!
an urge.
I am a pirate.
Perfect. That's your phrase. Exactly what pirates say. Yes. Oh, and for Slya too, there's a book in your hand and you just cannot put it down. So much so that you're kind of just bumping into people as you walk. Your face is just almost completely like pressed into it. And it's just neat. So, everyone, enter. Leads you all towards the double doors, ignoring with expertise by this point all the strange things that you are doing in your costumes. And he pulls out a very official looking ring of keys, which is attached to a very, very well kept lanyard, which has his name on it and his position, and it's a little photo of him just kind of like as if he was like not quite ready for the camera to like take his picture. So he's like, and he shakily opens the door.
Oh, Emma, you really laggy.
Okay. Shakily opens the door like inside. The sort of like entryway is it's fairly small. It's got a black and white tiled floor with red walls, all adorned with various glass cases filled with what appear to just be artifacts from the house. They're quite old, 100 years, over 100 years. Some of them, you know that well, they have to be at least 100 years old if they were of the time that Lord Hyssel was living in this house. Various scrolls and particularly bound, like uniquely bound tomes, those kinds of things. You would think, with your modern day minds, that this is the kind of thing that might belong in like a fantasy movie, which is quite interesting. You're like, wow, it looks like I walked right into Hogwarts or something along those lines. Just a very small version. There are some small statuettes. If you want to have a proper look at anything, or if you're looking for anything in particular, you can ask me. But then at the end of the room, there is a stairwell which is roped off with a velvet rope. And on the far end of the room, the far wall of the room, there is an archway through which you can see a wooden door with a printed out, like you can see halfway through the paper, the ink ran out, and it's just kind of been like scribbled in with felt pen. Question mark taped to the door, and written on another plaque underneath it, like mounted on red craft paper, is escape room. And Ender says, well, I mean, this is it. This is the museum. Points to the foyer. And that's where you take people for the escape room. I sit in a booth and like feed them hints through a microphone. But
You can come in with us, Ender.
No, we're not going in the escape room. Ender, where does that roped off section go?
no, you're not allowed up there. And that's also not what Emma wrote in her notes.
I am a hot dog. I have 3 days until I mold and perish. We
Well,
are
then you
not...
better make the most of it and do some fun escape rooms.
Or I can go back to normal.
Yar! I'd be inclined to agree with you, old Brian.
See? The pirate's on my side.
I say Slya pushes up her
If
glasses.
you're reaching for the pirate, Brian, you've already lost.
And
Can
I think that you should probably stop Cass from being a hot dog.
I would like to bunk
Why don't we just put
Cass
Cass in the fridge or something while we do the escape room? Surely that will buy her some time.
does.
There's an ice room which has been really well preserved.
There we go.
It's kind of cold, but it only really keeps things cool if you're already made of ice. What?
Well, no, because then my hot dogness will become ice particled, and that will actually speed up my demise, not slow it down.
That's
I find
true.
being
I
cold
mean,
quite
freezing to
relaxing.
death is probably not fun.
That's preferable to molding to death.
Or being like captured and being tortured. That would suck.
Wow,
Ugh.
Ender, that was really dark and out of nowhere.
I know, I don't know where it came from, really.
Ice
I
Cass.
Unresolved trauma.
Have you
think
considered the
that's-
possibility that you might be one of the $2 store hot dogs that are filled with preservatives that you might last a whole lot longer?
That's
Maybe
true.
I'll
And
let-
those things last
Maybe
like
I'll
5
last
weeks.
the
Fun.
apocalypse.
Even if you lose the bun, I think the rest of you would probably be fine.
But
what
which
does that mean
part
when
of
if I ever
Cass
come back?
is
Yeah, do I
is
like
the
lose
bun?
part of my body?
like, is that clothes or is that
It's
part of
it's
her?
the booty, probably.
We're gonna have to amputate.
Wow,
My
I wonder what
booty?
Amputate her buns. It's a shame.
Oh my
My
God, how
booty is
cool.
all I have.
your booty. Oh, I have.
How will I get the ladies?
And the men.
Men are easy to get them.
You're just gonna have to entice them with your hot dog. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, Cass is going to roll an investigation check. I think she's looking for kind of something that actually looks like it will help.
Assist.
My cheeks hurt.
Dirty
Yeah,
20.
we should be.
Dirty 20. Okay, you know that, wait, was she Misadventure or Miss... It was Misadventure, wasn't it? Yes. Yes. No. Oopsie. I revealed the secret. Misfortune did in fact tell you that coming here would probably be best in order to get an idea of how Lord Hysil thought. If truly he was involved in magic, then surely this has something to do with that. Your transfiguration into a hot dog can only have originated from something in this house, is what you think. Now, I think that all of you guys have done an escape room before. Maybe you went to Glasgow together and you did a Sherlock Holmes themed escape room that you thought would bring you all closer together. And in fact, it did in its own way. However, you spent a lot of the time thinking, oh my gosh, there is no way that there's a door underneath that fireplace. It's just going to be in this one room. And then your friend was like, maybe it was Sarah's, it was like, I don't know, maybe there is a door under the fireplace. And so you were like, well, okay, let's just give it a go. So you picked up like this trophy, which was supposed to like open up the next room and then, like open up the doorway and you did bang and then you're like, oh man, I learned something new in here. Maybe you'll learn something new in this escape room as well. That's not based on a true story.
Okay.
Maybe you'll learn something
Wait, so
of use.
was the dirty 20 saying do the escape room?
Mayhaps.
Was that basically
I wonder why it said that.
right?
I'm not
Bless
railroading you. This is only a one shot. Of course I wouldn't do that.
Fine. Cass walks to the escape room. If Brian is right behind her, she purposefully drops a little bit of sauce on the floor and is like,
He hops over
"This
it.
is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with, Brian." You there looking like a cute bunny. I mean, dripping sauces.
He's probably still eating his carrot. She's like, oh, it's not that bad.
You do have the problem of still being very sexy. So you do get this like,
Oh, yeah.
urge to kind of like
Problem.
throw it back every now and again.
I think
Cass,
Brian
you be
needs to
dropping some
reconsider
of
his
yourself.
relationship with Loran. This is interspecies now. You just need to have a good long think about it.
Loran dies in the corner. Okay. So, Cass, do you know what else I'm going to
Louis
do?
needs to rethink all her relationships because technically she has no body anymore. You could exist in a very...
Find me
incorporeal
somebody
manner.
to love. Find me.
You
That's
can't
it.
hold hands though. Ever.
Yeah, I can. Is it class
cold
middle,
metal.
like...
You feel Loran just kind of like take your hand from his like perch on the floor. He's just like,
I can hold your hand. Says like pat pat. Don't scratch me.
Yeah,
He starts
I'll pat
purring.
Loran.
This is fine.
George,
Hello.
to help this situation, because I understand I don't want to railroad you.
No,
I
but we
will
also
say-
are a one shot
you
that just
do.
need to get a
I will say,
Get a
if you
groove
felt like you
on.
could break into the rest of the house, you could certainly try that.
Interesting. Oh, I'm just having flashbacks to Cass trying to open that fucking door.
And that took an hour, so we're not going to relive that. But
No.
no tea, no
So
shade.
good times.
Yeah, no tea, no shade. That took a long time. Then always did that.
Aw. Okay, so Enda says, well, I believe my work here is done. Well, not technically, because I mean, I'm not off. I don't have my break until like midnight, and it's only like 11:34. So I mean, maybe I could wait a bit longer, but I don't want to. I want to go home, and I
you
want to
sit in
rethink
that booth.
everything I know about the world.
And you sit in that booth and you basically feed us hints if we're getting lost. And if it looks like we're going to get stuck in there, you open the damn doors because I don't want to be here when everyone else is hungry. So let's be quick.
I agree with the
Okay.
winner.
Also, I need to tell you something.
I'm sorry, what?
I need to tell you something.
Oh, and we're really
yeah.
not a therapy group, but okay.
Okay. Well, no, I just mean, be careful. Because, like, there's some weird stuff in here. Like, I put down my water bottle, and I almost drank some, like, 5 million year old potion or something. Like, I mean, it made me see weird things.
You said you almost drank it.
It probably would have made me see weird things, but like it was mostly just the smell. Also, just hadn't had my mind going like a bit like whoa. So be careful. Also, if you find my water bottle, please bring it back to me. I kind of ran after I saw.
I'll
Was
keep
this
an
in
eye
the
out.
escape room? And
I just had a sniff
Was this
because I
in this
thought it
room
was
right now?
water. It was not water.
did this happen here or in the escape room, Enda?
Well, it happened
No.
in the house.
I saw a dealer.
Cass's
like...
expiration date is ticking closer.
Can I just do a quick Arcana check on Enda? Like, I don't necessarily think Enda is anything, but I'm gonna just do like a 17.
What ways of the magic do you know? Ordinary.
Want to, have a sus
Okay.
on this skinny pie?
I'm free. I don't have to go to the Gakshapiyokai.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
Okay. You did your Arcana check. What did you roll?
17, I think.
17.
Yeah.
There's something.
There's something about Enda.
There's something about it. But you don't feel like it's as strong as what's on you guys at all.
Okay, so this is like the first time I've kind of felt, apart from being turned into a hot dog, like magic, is it? So I'm like, oh, interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
you
Cool,
maybe
cool.
get the feeling that like, oh, there's something like this flowing through your hot dog veins. You could summon something from the tip of your hot dog fingers. I was so happy when you said you were going to be a hot dog. I said vaguely normal things until you. I was like, okay.
I saw some, like in the chat, someone was saying, yeah, but sort of imagine if someone picked like a dragon, they'd be loving life. I was like, damn it! I could have turned into something cool, and yet I'm just
I would have like Puff the Magic Dragon or something.
Yeah, or Barney. I know Barney's cool, but like, yeah. Anyway, it's fine. Yes. Cass is here.
Also, sorry, go on.
Oh.
No, I understand that now, and in America, Puff the Magic Dragon has like a different meaning. But I'm talking about the beloved children's story, okay?
No, that's what I thought you meant too.
Cool.
What is Puff the Magic Dragon in America?
I don't know what the bad meaning is.
You guys just did some strange looks after I said Puff the Magic Dragon, and I thought you meant like after you thought I was talking about
like,
drugs.
Oh, Puff the Magic
and I'm like, no.
Oh, is it like weed or something?
I think so.
I didn't know there was.
I didn't know that either.
I feel like I've heard that online somewhere, and I was like,
Okay,
no.
well.
The more you know.
All right, dudes. Let's get this escape room done.
Sweet.
I kick the hot dog in because it looks soft and kickable.
You kick it. It is
Oh,
soft
man.
and kickable.
You kick me.
And you vaguely feel like a little poof on
He
your
does a
cheeky
bounce.
as this-
Do I feel my
rebounds off
bun
us.
wobble?
Yeah.
Your bun just wobbles a little bit. Okay. Ender goes up to
Brian.
the front of the escape room and he just says,
Not in front of people.
well, usually I would be in the booth, but I think I'm just gonna go hide. So
Let's not be very
Good
good at your
luck.
job, Ender.
Ender, you
I
should
know.
really do your job and go up to the booth.
Please.
And look at us. We clearly need all the help we can get. Please
really
don't
want
abandon us.
I'll turn you
I'm
into a
not-
hamburger, Ender. Would you like to be
I-
a hamburger?
not really, not at all.
I was trying to
Okay,
persuade, but Brian was clearly going intimidation. So I
Both
don't know
of you
whether
roll
to
off. See who rolls higher.
I don't know whether to switch and then try.
The way Slayer said that, it reminded me of like them casting suggestion.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Slayer was going for the suggestion.
15.
Natural 20 plus 6,
Ooh.
Natural
26.
20. In your bunny form, you are far less intimidating than you are just intriguing to look at. Maybe he's a bit more just like swayed in terms of like pretty bunny man. What?
Brian's not as scary as usual.
But Cass, with your persuasion, Slayer, you backing it all up. I'll go to the booth.
Thanks,
Go to the
Ender.
booth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't really know what I'm gonna do when I get in there because I have a feeling this is gonna get real weird real quick.
Take notes.
Like scoop. Sorry.
What?
Scoob.
Jinkies.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
It's gonna be
Oh my
fine,
God,
Ender.
clues
Don't worry
in.
about it.
Okay, I won't
We're gonna be
worry.
safe in the booth.
I'm not. I'm gonna be safe in the booth.
Are you be fine?
You will be. You'll be so safe. But Ender, we don't really have time for your breakdown. There are other breakdowns happening in the booth.
Get over yourself, Ender.
Oh, okay. Well, rules of the escape room. Please don't break anything. Please don't hurt anyone. They're usually a lot more like, official sounding than this, but I'm struggling. Okay. Yeah, please don't break anything. Please don't hurt anyone. If you need help, I will speak. If you look like you're struggling, I will speak over the telephone thing. You'll see it in there. Just pick it up if you need a hand. There are clues. He's walking away slowly but surely with every moment.
Okay.
Ender.
Doors
Bye,
unlocked.
Right away for
Goodbye!
his carrot.
And he disappears. He disappears around a corner. You assume to his booth. So the door is unlocked when you're ready to go in.
Yep, we go in. Let's get this weird ass show on the road.
It occurred to me if like suit of armor did like a very stiff like salute or something, he would look very. I don't know.
I'm just so envious of Bluey right now. Like, if you're gonna be turned into anything, like that
A
seems like
haunted
quite
suit
cool.
of armor is the coolest
Like a
thing.
haunted suit of armor is awesome, and it's also like someone's like trying to come at you, and you're like, "Come at me, bruh! I'm just armor."
Yeah. I need to know that if you take damage, you just like a little bit if you get knocked off. Like a shoulder pauldron,
Collapse.
like a pinky
Oh, I
finger,
see,
like
yeah.
it's metal.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I think it's neat. Like the
think that's cool.
Black Knight from Monty Python.
Oh my god.
Who's
A
butterfly
little bit
shrew?
terrifying.
I mean, he had a body. It's just he was
He
like,
did.
oh, it's just a scratch.
The flesh wound.
Alright, we're in for the
Come here,
escape
you
room.
lily-livered bastard.
Cassie like to be
Put
back
your legs up.
into her normal form so she can drink her sorrows away. Doesn't think she can
Alright.
drink in a hot dog form.
Understood. You just absorb all the alcohol. So
Does
You're
that
like-
I
mean
would bec-
the
hot
mind
dogs
I become an alcoholic hot dog.
a liqueur?
Alk hot dolic.
hot dog liqueur. Dear God, a hot dog liqueur. Like fermented hot dog water. No!
no.
Grand!
No,
End
no,
this
no,
quick.
no, no.
So, you guys enter into the escape room. This room is just as campy and Houdini-esque as the first foyer was. The black and white floor continues. You see a really intricately woven fur rug, which is just like a sort of mishmash of various animal furs on the floor, stretched out. It's a large grand fireplace with a bust at the center of it of an older man's face. He looks quite a distinguished gentleman. Excuse me. Looks quite a distinguished gentleman. There are 2 bookshelves on either side of the fireplace. There are no windows in this room. You can see probably why it was chosen for the escape room. There is a long stretch of blank wall in front of which is a desk, and the wall has got that kind of decoration where it's got paneling almost, where there's kind of gold lines trailing down and up and down in archways. The desk has a very similar style carved into it. The desk is not empty. There is a lamp. There is a writing, a box full of writing materials, a couple of books and some drawers, and a few armchairs at the other side of the room assembled around a very small table. So this is the the first impression you get of the room. You also see there are some paintings, some photographs, and as the door closes behind you, you just hear it as it locks in place. And you hear a ring, ring, and you look over and you see on one of the small table between the armchairs, there is also that telephone, which is an old timey, maybe 1920s, a little bit earlier, style telephone where you hold up a receiver to your mouth and one thing to your ear. And
Can I get it? Can I get it?
You hop over.
And you hop over very excitedly.
Hello.
Pick it up. Hello, this is Sorry, should I read the script or can I just be me?
No, do the script. It's more fun.
Oh, okay. Hello, this is the ghost of Lord Heisel.
This is great, Ender. Keep going.
I'm calling from what? What? Okay. Sorry. Hang on, there's something caught in my throat. Let me do the voice properly. Hello, this is the voice of Lord Heisel.
Ender, wow. You're not mad at us.
No, the thing's out of my throat now. Anyway, this is the voice of Lord Heisel. I'm here calling from beyond the grave, or am I? In the very room with you. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. The answer is that I am, and I'm there to help you. Please have a look around. I'm Lord Heisel.
He's got a bit of a multiple personality thing going on. I think he's trying to act.
Wow, you don't have to be mean about it.
He's not being mean, he's being serious.
Oh. Well, time starts now. Bye.
Bye.
Pick up the phone if you need me.
I don't think Ender
see
likes me. Put the phone down.
No, cuts off, yes.
What did he say?
Something
Also, I forgot to
about...
mention, there's also a grandfather clock. There you are. Those are the items in the room. And if you wish to observe any of them, you just have to tell me and we can go make investigations, perceptions, etc.
I want to poke the grandfather clock with my peg arm.
I poke the grandfather clock. Okay, you approach it. You kind of hobble on all of your various peg legs. And with your very... do you have hook hands or fully peg arms?
Full peg arms.
Full peg arms.
Chopsticks.
The side of it with your peg arm. And make me an investigation check. What are you trying to achieve here?
I want to find out the secret behind this clock.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it'd be a natural one.
It'd be a natural 1. Wow. This is a very sturdy clock. The wood feels mahogany. Maybe it's the same wood as the desk. That's got to be something.
It's solid.
Emma?
Oh, yes.
I think Cass would be like kind of looking around, trying to get a sense of if she can feel any sort of voodoo-y magicness. So I think Cass is actually going to cast her first spell, but I think it's a ritual, it's a detect magic, and I think it's going to kind of come from her like trying to figure out if she can sense any sort of weirdness. And I think she might actually cast her first spell. But it is a ritual.
Condiments.
It takes 10 minutes.
Cool. So you sit on the floor and you're just kind of like thinking, how can I possibly get out of this situation? What do I have to do to escape this room? And as you do, everyone who's watching, you just see where Cass's temples hit her hot dog forehead, hands hit her hot dog forehead. Just some like various runic syllabary begins to trail down her arms. And it's a very bizarre clashing of concepts as this hot dog person begins to cast fantasy high magic. You think, or at least that's what it would look like. And I mean, everyone just roll me a general intelligence check, please.
Oh, what's Blue's
That was almost
intelligence?
off the table.
I think I actually upped it a point because I thought, oh, well, we're at college.
13.
13. You're vaguely
dice.
convinced that this is probably like a trick of the light / something that's been brought on like as an effect of the room. But there could be something real to it, considering what you're saying. Bluey, this is definitely a light show, 100%. It's just like, oh wow, this is a really good escape room.
Wait, Cass,
Same for you, Meth. Wow, what a good escape room.
21.
Slya, magic is real, and you're watching it before your very eyes. Dear God, man. Everything you knew, everything that you are, you have to reconceptualize.
I think we kind of already got that from being turned into the things that we were wearing. Maybe that's Slya.
You could have maybe convinced yourselves that was some kind of hallucination until this point. Mayhap.
Okay.
I feel like Slya's just like watching Cass, like making notes and just keeps pulling up the glasses to make sure that, because they're like the little like half moon ones. So it's like, no, I need to see all of this.
She can lose
Cass, you
ketchup.
just feel like Slya's presence just over your shoulder like a hawk, like, what are you doing? Vibes. Okay, so that's what you're doing. I will let you know once your spell is up what that looks like. So Neff, you've had a look at the grandfather clock. Slya, you're currently occupied by Cass. Bluey and Ulster. Any ideas what you want to do? There are a few things in the room. If you've forgotten what they are, I can tell you again.
I might try and bring Ender back to apologise.
Understood. You can pick up the phone.
Brian is disconnected from this.
Hello.
Ender,
This is-
hi.
Do you want me to break character? Because I don't want to upset you.
Whatever would
I don't
help
know.
you the most, you know. How are you feeling?
Me? Very weird.
I just wanted to apologise for criticising your character acting. I have now realised that's what you were actually doing. It was very good.
Well, clearly it's questionable at best, but thank you for the sentiment anyway. I appreciate it, and it's nice to feel appreciated. And you know what? I always thought that if I ever met someone who would appreciate me fully, I could maybe, actually make a new friend. And I mean, I don't know. I know you're a weird rabbit man. I mean, sorry, not to call you weird, but like this is all a bit weird. But I know you're a rabbit man. But we could still probably be friends, I think.
I
mean,
signal
my
distress to
birthday
Loran, like,
parties-
social things, please help. What's happening?
my birthday party's coming up, and I haven't invited anyone except this strange goblin man who I met in the woods the other day.
Oh my God, Ender, no.
Would you come to my birthday party?
Brian's chucked the phone to Loran.
Loran is holding it out to
yeah.
Brian's ears, just like, I'm curious.
No! Like, I don't know how to deal with social situations, please.
You just hear no, and Loran is like, he will be there, and so will I. Goodbye, Ender. I'm down.
He did not help me at all. He goes to sit with Cass.
We're going to a party also. It's going to be amazing, frankly.
Not like this, we're not.
We are the party like this.
I'm very uncomfortable.
I am very uncomfortable with the energy we create.
Well, the Ender's stayed here with the studio today.
Yep. So that was Brian. Bluey.
Emma,
are you going to this escape room?
I would like to do two things. First of all, I would like to see if like Bluey notices that Neff is maybe having trouble looking at the clock.
Understood.
And if she doesn't see it, then I'll get her to do something else. But can I do that?
Yes, you may.
All right. Is it like a perception thing or insight or she'd have to pick up on a perception? I don't know.
Yes, make it. Well, I think you could just see that because it's a fairly small room.
Okay. But is it insight or should I? Or does she notice?
You can make. Well, no, you notice.
Okay, right. All right. Well, I will go over and ask Neff if she'd like help, because Bluey at the moment has like fingers. If Neff wants to, yeah. Maybe a general sort of. Okay. Investigate the clock.
Investigate the clock. Make an investigation check, please.
All right.
It's an unlikely duo. A peg-legged and armed Neff and a suit of armor.
6. Fucking hell.
6.
Sorry.
Completely peg-limbed.
It's a very sturdy clock. Whatever mysteries are hiding inside it, it's going to be a bit difficult for you to uncover them.
It'd be impenetrable.
Is it? Does she ascertain that it's working, or like?
It doesn't. Well, just looking at it, you can tell it's not working.
I can't tell from my
It's the
natural
wrong
one.
time. It's completely the wrong time on the clock.
All right. Out of 7, is she allowed to know what the time is, or does she just?
Can you read the clock?
I think so.
Yes, it appears to
Right.
be 1:05, which is definitely not the time.
105. Okay.
1:05.
Mm.
Is this
You
we're gonna have
feel
to
like
write down?
maybe that could be a clue. Maybe. That's just a few.
What do you think about the numbers 1, 0, and 5?
Aye, they be good numbers.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Alright.
steal that.
For a moment, Cass goes, heh heh.
I don't think I'm allowed to say like or know much else with a Nat 1 intelligence or Nat 1 investigation.
That was only for your initial check. You can know whatever you'd like to know. If you
Can
think
I
you
roll
can
an
figure something out.
Can I roll an intelligence check?
Neff, you can know
Honestly,
anything.
keep
For
concerned,
numbers.
The numbers are numbers. I'm afraid I'm going to stop that. You cannot do intelligence. You've got to figure this out without rolls
Alright.
or help.
Without
And
rolls.
if you want a hand, then you could ask.
I need at least 2. I've got pegs instead.
Well,
Bluey, you need a hand. Too bad I've got none.
I hope we can fix this soon so that
Aye,
you're at least back to the number of hands you used to.
I'm 2 down at the moment.
Mm. Mm.
So
Is Bluey able to? Is this near any of the bookshelves, or I don't know?
you can look at the bookshelf if you want to look at the bookshelf.
All right, I think she'd like to start browsing the spines, what they say, and if they're like magic-y sort of things. But
Cool.
also,
They all
if
seem
other
to be quite
people-
magical looking.
Oh, okay.
I mean, by nature, Lord Heisel was a very explorative man who inherited a lot of wealth and used it to research anything that took his interest, which included, apparently, according to legend, dark magics, the occult, etc. But I suppose you see some books which would like suggest those themes, but you see a far more amount which seem to be about herbology, botany, gardening, lunar cycles, those kinds of things. You see a few personal entry books, which seem to be like journals and diaries, which he's kept throughout the years. There are some books which are 100% window dressing because this is an escape room, and if people were like touching all of these volumes all the time, then that would be a bit questionable considering how old they are. And there are a few that stick out which seem to be autobiographies or biographies of the man himself. At least 3 or 4 of those. Mm-hmm.
Right. If I can continue, then the
Any
journals
ones?
sound like ones that would be relevant. You know, there's a bust of him, and it's like, oh, this is Heisel's little place. I don't know. What if he's like, I've unlocked the secrets of. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. You pick up the journals. Make me an investigation check.
Excuse me.
Oh boy.
Investigation.
It's the investigation jiggle. Do. Time for an investigation.
Oh.
Was it 3? What the
3.
What the
God
hell?
damn it,
are all these
guys! Roll
rolls?
better!
It's just impossible to
What is
investigate
The
this.
jackets of these journals, they seem to be like the real thing. And when you look inside of them, like most of them are just like other random books. You're like, what? He wrote all of these books? And you get through like 4 of them thinking like, wow, I never knew he was such a prolific author, before you realize these are certainly reproductions of the originals and not his actual journals. The jackets have been placed on like things like 50 Shades of Grey and like like various other trashy romance novels you could find in a charity shop, which have all been dressed up to look like
Did
journals.
Bluey just read like?
Unfortunately, they're not real.
Did she just skim read a chapter of 50 Shades of Grey?
She did indeed. I turned as red as the Communist Manifesto is where you left off.
Ooh.
Is that a real line from it?
Is that an actual
It is.
line?
What?
It is.
Wait, what?
Don't know why I have that on the
I turned as red as
I
the
turned as
coin.
red as the Communist Manifesto. Wait a sec.
Holy moly.
Oh my lord.
No, it has
How
real.
did you not know this? I
That's
turned
so
Somewhere,
as
Karl
red
Marx is just like,
as the Communist.
What the hell?
Wow.
There it is. Sorry, this probably isn't exactly the line. I'm seeing this now. I feel the color right in my cheeks rising again. I must be the color of the Communist Manifesto.
oh my lordy lord.
What an oddly
Have you guys
specific
ever read this
analogy.
book?
What a terrible
this is-
analogy. Anyway,
Let me just Sorry, I'm
I guess the
No!
author couldn't quite be like,
no,
oh, I turned blood red.
on 50 Shades of Grey quotes. No,
What?
go away.
Okay, purge that now.
Lord Heisel, you random bastard.
You get the impression these have definitely been put there long after Lord Heisel's death.
Oh no, this was the
considering
Lord
he died over
Heisel. He was the true author of 50
Died.
Shades. This was his masterpiece.
OMG, it's the OG version where it's still got Bella and Edward's names written in it. Anyway,
Originally
so
published online.
you begin to sort of flick through. The journals, unfortunately, seem to not bear much fruit, especially with the
Alrighty.
investigation.
Hmm.
However, you know that there is. Go on, sorry. There's more to see and explore.
Has it been
So
10
Kat.
minutes yet?
I'd say it's just about getting there. As you feel your sort of like magic beginning to stretch out around you, this strange new feeling overwhelming you. You feel a couple of blips. So, the second level of the house where you kind of can feel your magic extending. Actually, it's within a 30-foot radius, right?
I believe that is correct.
Okay.
30
You can
foot.
just sort of feel your magic sort of spilling up into the second level, like directly, and there is some magic up there. You can feel something tingling at the tips of your hot dog fingers. And then along one of the walls in this room, particularly the wall behind the desk, there is a very sort of like fine, like kind of like sheen of magic, which seems almost like a barrier. Other magical things specifically in this room appear to be the bust of Heisel himself and touched by magic, just like a residual thing, are particularly 3 items. The grandfather clock. This will be technically 4. The grandfather clock, 2 books on the bookshelf and the staff ledger.
Okay, wait, hang on.
It's sitting on top of the desk.
So the magical items I feel there's magic upstairs.
Yes,
Upstairs, the wall
behind the desk. All
behind the desk. The bust.
Yep. That one feels the
Um,
most magical.
The bust feels the most magical, and then 2 books.
The grandfather clock, the staff ledger, and 2 books, which feel like more that they have been like touched by magic, rather than they're innately magical.
Clock and some ledger. Cool.
Yes.
All
the
right.
staff ledger.
Cass is gonna be like to the bust. Like
To the bust. Okay.
Yeah.
She's
not even gonna at this point question the fact that she senses magic. She's just gonna be like, cool, this is a thing. To the bust we go.
To the bust. Okay. As you move towards the bust, you look at it and everyone gathers around and Loran says, "This is a bust. I don't understand. Oh, it feels weird. Oh, it's tingly. Oh, interesting. What is this? Am I powerful?"
Oh, actually, I know what the schools of magic are as well. Sorry if there's any particular schools of magic.
Transmutation.
Transmutation.
Transmutation State University. I'm familiar with that school.
And is because also I can sense magic. Am I getting transmutation magic off of us as well?
Yes.
Sort of. Okay. I'm like, this bust is kind of like us. It shouldn't be like this, I don't think. I'm going to investigate it to see if there's something. I'm assuming investigation rather than arcana because I'm I know it's magical, but I'm kind of looking to see if I can figure out what it was. So would it be investigation or would it be arcana?
What are you? So you're trying to figure out what it was.
I'm kind of just.
You're working on a bit of a jump. You're working on a bit of a jump, which I guess maybe you would work on because you've not got any idea about magic. Which is that this is exactly the same thing that happened to you. So make an intelligence check. Or investigation check.
Okay, I'll go with investigation because intelligence is not Cass's strongest. But what is my investigation? Okay. 11.
11. It's a bit difficult to tell. If there is anything that activates this or that would give you knowledge about this in particular, you don't know what it could be. However, you do know. Let me just have a look here. It does look like the name on the bust has been defaced. That the actual name that was written here has been scratched out with a coin or a sharp object or something, leaving whoever the identity of this person, who you assume is just Lord Heisel, a mystery to you.
Okay. And did you say that was the 2 books the next most magical thing?
Everything else is about the same.
Everything
2
else
books,
is about the same.
The grandfather clock with the ledger.
When you say ledger, what type of ledger is it?
It looks like a sort of it looks about this big. But it appears to be custom bound with some pages added in. And if you go over and look at it, or if you ask anyone else to do that,
I think I'll have a look because we've kind of had I know we haven't properly looked at all the books, but I'm going to have a look at the ledger.
Cool. Having a look at the ledger, it just seems to be pages and pages of comings and goings of staff, of shipments, of payments, of new staff when they were added on and when they decided to break contract and leave the house. It's just all that kind of information, lots and lots of it.
Are they numbered, the pages?
They are.
Can I go to page 105?
No one has conveyed that information to you yet.
I think Bluey said out loud, numbers 105 mean
Okay,
anything to
sure.
anyone. And Cass was
Gotcha.
sat.
Okay. I think that maybe with your being so involved in your magic, you wouldn't actually be able to sort of like fully participate in those kinds of conversations. So I think it would take asking just once more to like completely reiterate. Oh,
Okay. Sorry,
Sure.
it's my dogs.
that's okay.
Okay. All right. Ledger. It's interesting. Has anyone had any other information while I was sat meditating and doing weird shit?
This clock seems really sturdy. Also, it's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
Well, like the time stuck on like 105. I don't know if it's meant to be the morning.
105?
105.
You go to page 105, and it seems to be the acquisition of a new staff member who joined. Sorry, let me just read this properly. Who joined the house and seemed to. Who joined the house maybe 5 or 6 years. Yeah, 6 years from what you know is the disappearance of Lord Heisel and his household, also rumoured disappearance, even though that's been settled as a cold case, it seems. The name of a young boy, it seems, named Barnabas Malel.
Barnabas.
I'm waiting for Lily's reaction. Barnabas Malel.
Barnabas.
Okay. Going with that, I go back to the bus and I just like say that name to the bus. And like, I don't really. Cass isn't really sure what she's doing, but she's just like, Barnabas Malel.
I'm afraid that nothing happens. Where is everybody placed in the room at the moment?
I'm bonking the clock.
Probably.
So I have two lines of thought. I think Slia wants to touch the defaced name on the bust, see if anything like moves or anything gives.
Okay. Touching it like superficially. You don't feel anything particularly. You don't feel anything particularly odd about it. It seems quite sturdy here. You get more the impression that the puzzle here is not some kind of hidden clue. It's to do with the name specifically.
Okay. The other thought is, did Cass say that there was magic coming from upstairs?
Yeah, I think Cass would have been like, I'm getting weird vibes from douche, 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 douche.
Okay. Because if the clock is pointing at 105, that's kind of an upward direction. So Slia's gonna try and go upstairs and see if she can find anything up there.
Go upstairs. There is no upstairs.
Okay,
we're in a room.
You're in the room. You're in the
magic above us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything that on the wall that it would point to in that case?
You think? Let me just have a read. Yes. Okay. It points in a kind of where the 1 is. It sort of points up into that direction. The grandfather clock maybe goes about 2/3 of the way up the wall. Directly next to it, there is a portrait, a very fine portrait of a man who bears some resemblance to the figure in the bust. Quite well kept, poised, a handlebar moustache, a little bit aged. Clearly, you assume Lord Heisel. And there looks like there once was also a plaque here as well. However, that seems to have been torn off and removed. Where, like, you see the base of the painting is something that's been removed. But this is a very distinctive portrait with a very beautiful moustache.
Okay. And the bust and the painting don't match each other.
The person looks like the same person. They resemble each other. They're not. It's not exactly the same. Like, the bust isn't built off the painting, and this isn't the only painting on the wall. There are smaller paintings of people who appear to be household members. A young man with a cat. A young woman. Hang on. I have these written down. Wait.
You okay, Lils?
Automatic, did I say? Hang on.
I think my dinner is disagreeing with me. I have a very sore stomach, but I think it's okay.
No. If it helps, there was a Malel drop.
Oh, what?
A name drop for
Malel.
Barnabas Malel.
It's
In what context?
Joined the staff of the Heisel Manor 5 to 6 years before Lord Heisel disappeared.
Oh, he's sus.
Okay, household, there we go, that's it. Okay,
Barnabas
there is
sus.
a young man with a cat, a young woman, and someone wearing chef's gear, it seems. All of these people are just in very small photograph portraits next to this large oil painting.
Do they have names with those pictures?
They do.
Is there Barnabas Malel one of those names?
Barnabas Malel is one of those names. It's the young man with the cat.
Yeah.
Young man with the cat.
The
young woman is called Miss Adventure. That's how she's had her name spelled. And the man in the chef's robes is Leighton von Barentrap.
I'm getting Ender misfortune vibes from two of the individuals in these pictures. Cass, do they look at all similar to anyone that Cass knows? That's just a random question, but then she's gonna.
No, not at all.
Okay. With the Barnabas Malel picture, can I? Is it can I investigate that one? See if I'm
sure
looking for anything and any clues, basically.
Indeed.
Nice. 21, I think that is.
Okay.
21.
Are you ready? You've seen this cat before in a dream.
Oh! I've seen the kitty cat. Guys, I saw this kitty cat in a dream last night. What the fuck?
What?
And now that she mentions it, yes, you've all seen that cat in a dream, a shared dream.
Oh
my goodness, we've all seen this cat in a shared dream.
Does this not prove that Karul is obviously at fault?
It does, but this is also now a neat mystery to get ourselves out of. So
it proves he's a nerd.
It does say Barnabas and not Karul, so maybe it's a family member who's just very bad.
I think it's in the blood.
Wow.
Can I remember anything from my dream?
Strong words.
Was anything from my dream in this room?
No, nothing in this room resembles your dream. Your dream was a long hallway with suits of armor lining it and a stairwell at the far end with a cat sitting in it. And the moment you tried to approach the cat, it ran away and the dream ended.
Okay.
Does the hallway look like any of these hallways?
None that you've seen in a room. You would guess that the look at the styling is the same. But there seems to be a little more to what you've seen so far that you have yet to discover. To sort of let you know what your clues are again. The clock had 105 on it, 105 aligned with the page of Barnabas Malel. Barnabas Malel is in one of the photographs on the wall. Next to that, which the clock was pointing to, is an oil painting of a man whose name has been removed. He seems to resemble the same man who appears to be in the bust of Lord Heisel, whose name has been defaced. And then the only other two things of note in this room, which Cass, you knew had magic on them, So there are 2 of the books on the bookshelf, which have yet to be looked at.
Okay. I think Cass will go to the 2 books.
Okay. All of you crowding around, you see the 2 books seem to be 2 versions of a very similar style of book. One is a biography of Heisel. It seems by it seems to be by someone called Barnabas Mallow.
Shock.
Holy crap. Okay. Holy shit. Who could have seen that coming? The other item seems to be an autobiography of Lord Heisel. When you look at the 2 books, do you?
Yeah, I think Cass definitely would.
When you look at the 2 books, you realize that, oh my goodness, opening autobiography of Lord Heisel provides you with a name. The great sorcerer, Lord Artovius Heisel. And this autobiography is written by hand, it seems, into a pre-bound book. And naturally, it does not detail the day of the disappearance, considering that would be impossible. It stops with around 50 or 60 pages left unwritten. Yes, that is what the autobiography looks like. The biography by Barnabas Mallow is a scathing critique of the awful man who was Lord Artovius Heisel, who sucked like no boss has ever sucked before. And inside this very book is a printed version of that oil painting, which has been defaced. The moustache has been completely rubbed off in a very strange, like ironic, like removing the moustache instead of drawing it on. Like some googly eyes have been drawn on it too. The name has just been like scratched out, and you get the impression maybe this dude didn't like this guy.
No. What?
No.
No.
That you have a
Okay.
name.
Cool. So then there is a wall behind the desk. So I guess actually we have a name. Goes back to the bust, says Lord Artovius Heisel to that bust. Like touching the defaced name, trying to like maybe write that name.
Unfortunately, nothing happens.
Wait, hang on. Wait, did Bluey see/hear this name?
Yeah, this is
With
everything's
Cass-
being shared.
Emma,
you're laggy. Sorry.
I think Bluey will turn to the bust and say, "The great sorcerer, Lord Artovius Heisel."
The bust just starts like shaking and quivering as the head like begins to turn on the marble.
I don't like that.
This is magic as shit. This is magic, guys. You're in a magic place.
Aye, this be
is
magic.
not
Nice one, Bluey. And Cass fist bumps the cold metal armor with her tiny sausage hand.
I feel like,
a
Bluey
squelch.
might be thinking it's an animatronic and she'd still be scared or something. Like,
You're essentially an animatronic by this point.
Oh.
It's cute though. So... Hello.
Did you do this to us? Is this you?
Well,
Look at me.
what you are a bizarre creature, truly. Who are you? Who has awoken me from this curse? Well, semi-awoken me from this curse.
I think
We're
technically
asking the
it's me.
questions.
I don't
Thank
know,
you.
but-
Hi. Oh. Oh. I'm confused.
Well, I mean,
You have no face. You are a
Oh.
bizarre bunch.
Yeah,
aren't
look.
you?
Can you turn us
back? Talk. You talking head. What's happening here?
This is true. Well, I think I understand what's happened to you all. It seems you've been hit by it too. I
Smooth
knew old
criminals.
Barnabas Malel was not yet done with us. Well, allow me to explain.
Yar!
Go.
Go.
Yes, the rumors are true. I was, a great sorcerer. I know.
Do you need hands to be a sorcerer to
I
do
was
that?
once human too.
Oh.
I stood at a towering 5'10".
That is quite tall. Looks at Lauren.
Right, it's like considering smashing the bust. No, I never intended to harm anyone. I only wanted to expand my knowledge. So
But did you harm someone?
maybe I harmed their heart, their spirit. Yes, I took on many apprentices under the guise of employing them as household staff. This swayed away any rumors that I was harboring any oracles
Practicing
or
the
seers
dark
in my
arts.
midst. Well, that too, yes.
Burn
One
the
day,
witch.
yes, I did take on.
Burn the
Yes,
witch.
well, oh no, who are you?
Listen
The
to the bunny.
Inquisition.
Keep talking.
I took on Barnabas Mellel, yes, but yes, he was far more inclined to the dark arts than any student I had before. I caught the boy practicing cantrips.
There we go.
Oh shit!
I found him doing this.
I just says
holding up a
practicing in my
wand.
notes, but I realised I could say cantrips and make it better. I caught the boy practicing cantrips one day, and I knew I had to keep him on the path of the light. But alas,
Everyone
he
practices
strayed.
cantrips every now and then.
No,
Aye!
but these were.
What are cantrips? Brian, you've not done any spells yet.
I'm inferring. I'm trying to get him to go along with it.
You see, I tried to keep him on the path, but he strayed. And I thought I see now, I was mistaken, but I thought that if I reprimanded him, took things away that he could have as rewards.
You
So
took
he
his
could have-
toys away. No child likes that.
You're a bit of a
I kept
dick.
his cat.
Where'd you
Cat
put
what?
it?
That's really unacceptable. I think you should
Yeah.
reflect on yourself as a person.
What did you
And
say?
also, you're
sorry,
basically
about the cat?
kidnapping people.
No, I just said he couldn't have his cat in his room until.
How do
Until
ye
he
scratch
was-
your nose when you have an itch as a bust?
This is barbaric.
It was the one thing I knew would help, I think. She
I
was
don't
a sweet
think you're very
creature.
good with people. Or cats.
She was a sweet creature named Goose.
I don't like you.
I looked after her, of course, but Barney didn't trust me.
Oh, took
He
it.
tried to use
I
dark
wonder
magic,
why.
make me feel hollow. Guys, let me finish his monologue!
What? Would it be a
One shot. This is important information.
would it be a
Okay.
bad idea if I tried to tip the bust? Can the
No,
bust?
No, don't do it.
You don't have to like this dude. He's up him. He's a piece of. It's fine. Just
Lily
let
and
him-
I
let
will
him-
try and restrain ourselves. We will try and be silent.
What if we kidnap the bust?
Just
I looked
Neff-
after her, of course, but Barney didn't trust me. He tried to use dark magic to make me reveal her location, but it backfired. Instead, it trapped us in whatever it was we were touching at the time. I was, of course, as usual, polishing my face.
I think you deserve it.
I'll have you know that he killed 12 people.
Yeah, but you took away his cat so fair.
Tough crowd.
Tough.
Yeah, so
Sorry, Slya's not laughing.
my household was far larger than this, and not everybody was touching things that were unperishable. I watched as
Cass, I'm so sorry.
I was having a dinner party, you see, in this very room. They've cleaned away since, but some people were touching hors d'oeuvres. Small
Cries and sauce.
German sausages
Cries and
imported
sauce.
from the continent. I watched them dissolve.
How long did it take?
Brian!
Approximately 3.5 days.
There we go, Cass.
My God. They disappeared. A few of us were lucky. I believe that, well, from what I've seen, one of my associates was caught in a painting, and the other a steak knife. I don't quite know.
Oh God, no! Cass is like, I'm I have a weakness to knives right now.
He's trapped in the reflection. You can only see him if you pick up the knife and look into it. Anyway, you are also all trapped, and I beseech you, use the powers that have been granted to you, because there are...
Do we have to kill him, Alel? This is fine. Is that the way to cure the curse?
Maybe we have to destroy
no, I
the
was just going
bust.
to say, I mean, he is long dead, but his spirit is still upset, and I have
And lives in
reflected
his
on my
descendants, I
actions. I would
understand.
like to... That is not... All I'm asking is for you to reunite Barnabas with the spirit of his cat so that he can be at peace. And I can right the wrongs and hopefully be released from this prison.
I am in conflict.
Why did we get cursed? We did nothing.
Well, he
I
was
was just...
Here's the thing.
This is
The
Karul's fault,
magic
right?
that trapped here, I don't know who that is.
Barnabas's descendant,
Brian,
Karul. It's
this is
definitely
not
his
a-
fault.
Cass,
Okay, well,
You
Cass
cannot
goes
tell me
to
this is
put-
a coincidence.
Cass goes to
It's-
put her hand
well-
over Brian's mouth, and then I think casts Mage Hand and is like,
I
"Whoa,
bite
what the
your
fuck?"
hand. I bite
I
the
have
hand.
more
It's Mage
information
Hand.
for you, but I
I
am
bite the
unable
mage
to...
hand.
There's so much-
Brian, we need this information. I'm going to die in 3 days. Will you be quiet?
That's a whole 3 days from now.
We will run out of carrots within 3 days.
The world will
To
never
be
run out of
fair,
carrots.
this is a one shot, so we could
I will
theoretically
need-
totally just go off the rails, right? So-
Loran just says, I have this urge. Also, I'm having strange urges to eat mice. And I cannot have that. I also need to win the costume competition. You know how much that means
This
to
is
me.
true. And I need to kill Karul.
Please, it has to
no,
happen
no.
tonight.
Just drop a poplar on his head. I don't really want to go.
I have an undying need to
Just
plunder
throw
all of
some
a sudden.
tomatoes.
Unless no
Send
one
him.
finds the body. No.
Ulster, I genuinely am concerned for you.
Cass turns to Brian and is like, I'm your best friend, and you're more concerned about your boyfriend winning the costume contest than you are about me being turned back
No,
into
I'm very
a real,
concerned about you, but I
real
also
life
find it a
girl.
little bit funny.
That I can accept, but I would also not like to mold. So please, may we?
I have more information.
Yes,
What if we-
go
Stop
on.
talking.
What if we take the bust with us and we use it like a metal detector for the spirit of
Dear
Barney
God,
the Ghost?
no. Here's the thing. There are
idea,
still
actually,
evil
now.
spirits in this place. There are vengeful spirits in this place that are under Barnabas's curse, and you need to be quiet. And
You are coming with me.
Otherwise-
I want to pick up Barnabas.
Well, I mean, that can certainly
What was
try.
What with your peg arms?
Yes.
Just like-
Yeah.
Yes.
Chopsticks, good grip.
Are there any like nooks and crannies
Sure.
that I can like, use to like?
Make a strength check with disadvantage.
Okay.
I will prepare to catch him if Neff drops the bust.
Okay.
This is a 2-foot tall marble bust.
Okay. Roll number 1 is very bad. Roll number 2 is only a point better. So that's going to be strength check. Did you say? It's a 7.
Yes. 7.
Do I break a peg arm?
BRB.
You can't even pick it up. You can't even pick it up.
My pegs aren't strong enough.
Do not try this, it hurts. Also, you find his marble is remarkably squishy because he can move.
Okay, what if I instead use my pegs to lever him off the table and somebody can catch him?
No, if it will kill someone, especially Loran if he
It
tries
would.
to catch it.
I am weak.
He really is. Precious. He pats Loran.
So what do we need to break those curtains? Where did you leave the cat?
Yes, so like I said, you would need to reconnect Goose, the cat, with Barnabas.
Okay.
Morale.
Your cat
Goose.
is frozen for me.
Goose, where are thee?
Who's?
Better?
A little bit. Is this? Hold on.
You're a cross between like full motion video and Microsoft PowerPoint, but we're making it work.
No. Better?
No.
Oh.
Oh, it's a little bit better.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just going to do it one more time.
One more time for good luck.
One more for funsies.
Okay. Cool. So, Artovius Highsoul says, well, I know a little bit of the nature of the spell that he cast on us. He was researching it. It was a potion, which, if lit, would emanate a vapor through the vents of the house. If inhaled, well, you see what it did to me, and what you did to yourselves. If anybody could get their hands on the remnants, or at least the, how you say, recipe for this potion, which was kept, I believe, in the artifact storage of the museum, if it's still there, then, yes, I believe they
Nobody
could
tell
create this
Linda.
effect.
I'm pretty sure that's how, Karul got a hold of this recipe then?
That makes sense. Well, then it seems that the only way to break the curse is either...
Is to find Karul and drop a pot plant on him. That's
I
what I've been
agree.
saying all along.
Let's find the pot
No,
plant.
I disagree. I believe the best way would be to put the spirits of this house at rest and reconcile.
I agree. Kill the
Barnabas
spirits.
Mellel with his
Arr!
And how do you find this cat? What did you do with the cat? Where did you put the cat?
I put it in
Actually-
a cat castle in my house.
I have an even
I
better idea.
built her a cat castle with a beautiful plush pillow, which she could live on in my study upstairs.
I
So
have
you really don't know cats. You could have just got in a cardboard box. You are a terrible pet owner.
She loved that bed. She slept in
Oh.
it every night.
She was lying.
You made her.
You never met this cat.
Can I type a
I
square on the
have.
ground?
Wait, okay. So if she slept on the bed every night, does that mean that she is one with the cat bed now?
Essentially, I believe so. I believe that is her where she wishes for her final resting place to be. However comfortable she was in my office, I know that she pined for Barnabas Mellel. If you could lead his spirit to my office,
Where's your office?
show him that Goose wishes to be at peace, then perhaps he would let us all go.
Goose the cat.
Could a
Is
spiritual
your
weapon
office-
kill a spirit?
What?
Can I use a spiritual weapon to kill a spirit? Because the
If you
spiritual weapon.
kill Barnabas,
Yes.
I don't know. It might
I-
break the curse, but wouldn't you rather reconcile and right the wrongs of the past?
I am a pirate. I
Where's
don't right
Barnabas?
wrongs. I wrong wrongs.
He wanders the house, I believe.
Okay, let's go find
Your
him.
office! If it was that easy. Yes, you can. I will open the magic door, which you have certainly not at all found yet.
Behind the desk.
Shit, how did you know that? This is absolutely insane. Why have I done this?
Look, if we have all these
I'm a magical ass hot dog right now with buns for days. So where is your office?
Only 3 though.
Literally days. They'll not be
Yeah.
there in 3
Yeah.
days.
For
They won't be
3
there in
exact
days.
days.
Well,
Where
okay,
is your office?
if we have all these like
I have to ask
walls
one more time. Where
and
is your office?
Sorry. Head to my office, through
She
the
is
servants'
decaying.
corridor. Then the main stairwell is probably safest. That's what it says in my notes. Remember,
Oh,
I believe that there are more of those spirit boxes. He looks towards the telephone on the table, situated throughout the house. I hear that boy's awful voice every single day.
Are spirits
So-
immune to fire? Because if so, why don't we get the walls and doors
Please
out of
do
our
not
way?
burn down my ancestral family home,
But why not? You're a bust, you'll survive.
because people still live here.
But it would surely
Yeah,
be.
the history of the thing.
I'm a
Okay,
pirate.
anything else you can tell us?
That is all the information I believe that I have.
Okay, right.
it's very enlightening.
Goodbye, you asshole.
Wait, hang on.
I am not an
Oh,
asshole.
sorry.
Oh wow!
I'm a bust.
I just love the idea of like the hot dog arguing with a bust right now.
Yes, Bluey.
Octavius,
Yes.
will your cat like wake up if we say hello,
It's not his
Goose?
cat.
Oh, will Goose wake up if we say to the cushion, if it's the cushion, Goose? Hello, Goose? Like, was that her full name?
She prefers.
Get
it
Loran
be
to talk
like-
to it in cat.
I believe that is also adequate.
She prefers what?
Loran says, I can certainly do this for you.
Okay.
Meow. I guess.
Alright,
He does not enjoy this.
can I
Neither
tip
did
the
I.
bust over?
No.
Certainly tried. You do notice that it is relatively well bolted down.
Help me,
Wait,
everyone!
Are you trying to hurt? No,
Let
Lef,
him
are
open
you
the
trying to
secret
hurt?
door first.
Are you trying to hurt the bust?
No, I'm just trying to tip it over and let gravity do the rest.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Because I'm a
I don't-
pirate.
Look, we're not meant to break anything in here.
Why not I plunder?
Yeah, Neff.
Ender
Ender said we can't.
Ender might get in trouble if we, be responsible for what we do to the room.
Wait, no, I have a better idea to cause him pain. I pick up the phone. Hello, Ender?
Hello! Ah, no, not his voice again!
Ender, do you have any epic monologues that you just know off the top of your head by any chance?
Give me approximately 4 minutes. Hang on. Let me prepare my favorite Shakespeare.
Ender, see, the thing is, I'm feeling a little bit nervous, and since we are friends now and I'm coming to your party, I wonder if you could perform a monologue for me at length. For as long as you can, really. Positions
Sure.
the speakerphone right by the bust.
Yes. Excuse me. Let me just refer to my favorite one from A Midsummer's Night Dream.
I smile at the bust. Yeah.
Yes.
Is he going to read out Bottom's
What-
part? That's the character, right?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of night. The king doth keep his revels here tonight, and through the forest I have gone. You have your father's love, Demetrius. You that very time I saw, but thou couldst not. I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild time blows.
Okay, Cass has
Brian
already
gestures
through
for
the
us to
secret-
leave through the door.
Yeah,
Ender
Cass has
keeps
already
talking.
through the secret door, just like freedom.
I need you to know that was not a single monologue. That was the first line of like 12 different monologues. As Ender accidentally reads the contents page. Like I
Good enough.
just did.
Yeah. Also,
Indeed.
Slya suggested the entire play.
Of course.
Yeah, Ender, the entire play. Why not?
The entire play.
Mhm. Amazing. So, at this, you watch as Barnabas,
Cat's
with a
McMahon deserves
flick
it.
of his head, unlocks a golden ring around one of the panels in the door in the wall behind the desk, and it creaks open, and you see the beginnings, the peakings of a narrow stairwell, leading surprisingly upwards behind it.
Alright.
I hop over Cass.
onwards. Amazing.
Cass
And
is like,
at that point, as you guys begin to make your way towards the stairwell, we'll take a short break so we can get some water,
And a
get some tea, get some snacks,
Sounds good.
and back in like 10 minutes.
Oh, gee.
But yeah.
We'll be right back.
Sweet.
Dad was like, come in tomorrow. It's like, I have a meeting in the morning. I'll come in.
Alright, we're back.
Amazing. So you guys push your way through the door of the servants' corridors and up into the remainder of the house. Now, your mission, which I believe you've chosen to accept, is to locate the spirit of Barnabas Malel and reunite him with his cat. Now, he is a vengeful spirit, so expect there to be some havoc wreaked upon you. So,
We didn't take your cat.
the small sort of crawl space through the servants' corridors leads you upstairs and towards the second level of the house. It's a very narrow stairwell, and throughout your ascent, you can hear just strange creakings. You hear the very, very muffled continuation of a Shakespeare monologue, faintly fading out of earshot behind you, as you emerge onto a small landing. Tapping the wall beside you, you feel it is hollow, and you push, and the door slings ever so slightly outwards into a wider second floor landing. Stepping out, you look around and you see you are at the top of the stairs, which you had barred off, had entry barred from when you first entered the house. You can look down upon. Oh, dear God, Brian is mean now. Modern-age Brian is mean.
Cannon, he's a bully.
No.
No, I like to play it as though Brian never learnt social cues, so sometimes he's just really mean.
Oh, God. Fair. That I can relate to, though. So, as you, where was I? Oh, yeah. You can look down onto the glass casings, which kind of reflect in the moonlight that filters through the large sort of like arched Gothic windows of the front of the house. All the sort of trinkets are lit in strange, long, spindling shadows, like fingers reaching towards you. However, on this level, you simply have a doorway straight ahead and two corridors leading, one to the left and one to the right, just ahead of you. Both have a similar archway to the archway that led you to the escape room. Exactly the same design. You are in the same house, naturally. But you see that... Sorry, no, that's what you see. That's what you see. Oh, almost fell down.
I'm going to check to see which one has sort of spiritual energy.
Sure, how are you doing this?
I'm looking, going like this with my sausage fingers, like magic.
Okay. Unfortunately, that if enough time has passed for your detect magic to have worn off.
Oh no, I'm going to do an Arcana check, is what I'm saying.
Sure, go for
it. 10. Not very good at all.
10. Everything is quite magical up here, like you felt downstairs. But yeah, with your detect magic fading, it's all becoming a bit blurry again. Although just a cursory glance gives you that one of these seems to lead to a closed set of double doors, and the other one seems to be lined with armor.
I don't trust the armor.
But we saw that in our. I saw that in my dream, though.
Can I do a detect traps on the armor?
You may.
Okay, I'm gonna like thump the ground with my bunny leg. Let's see if I can sense the vibrations of traps under the ground, or in the walls, or in the armor.
Start thumping on the ground. As you thump once, twice, and you detect traps. No traps per se in the armor. Nothing like a swinging axe or arrow shoots or anything like that. Yeah, nothing like that at all. There are no traps along this corridor.
Nothing to sever Chrism in half.
Nothing to chop the round skull up.
No. Because detect traps would sort of alert you to anything that would like give off a magical puff of energy that would then give you like a negative effect or an actual man-made trap. However, you don't feel any of that. You do remember that as you kind of thump on the ground, that one of the things that Artovius said was to ensure stealth was at the heart of your mission. And
I have passed without a trace, guys. Wait.
so unfortunately, you've already gone
Damn
bum.
That was for
You hear
flavour.
the sounds of something rattling
Found
through the
him.
armor as they all begin to wrestle. And they still once more. But someone is coming. You can feel it. A presence. What do you do?
Can I cast pass without a trace now?
I go,
You
yeah.
don't have time to cast a spell. You have a time
Damn it.
to hide. If you want to
Okay,
hide.
can we hide?
Single roll. So where do you want to try and hide? You guys can just
I think-
dress this house a bit for me. You guys can decide what you see and what your hiding place looks like. I'm just for fun.
If I have 4
I think
pegs,
there's a window with some heavy velvet curtains, and Cass
Of
is
course.
going to shuffle her sausage body behind the curtains.
It's just a sausage-shaped curve in the curtain. Wonderful. Okay, Rand lies flat on the ground and pretends to be a cat rug.
If I have 2 peg arms and 2 peg legs, can I like bend over and stand and pretend I'm a
Be a
crazy looking table?
Sure. Okay, so you do that.
Yeah, no, she blows.
Now, Bluey, I'm going to specifically remind you of your one benefit skill here, which you might already have
wait.
remembered.
Oh
Yeah?
no, I totally forgot that. What was it again?
And pretend to be
It
armor.
was.
Advantage.
Bluey.
Oh, I get advantage in stealth if I am.
You have disadvantage
looking-
on stealth unless you're attempting to stand very
Unless.
still and blend in with the decorations of the house. Yes, then you get advantage.
Right, well, I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna stand.
Sweet.
Space myself out from the other suits of armor, just evenly, like at the end, be like,
I'm not like the other suits of armor.
Wonderful. Slya and Baz, how are you doing?
Leah?
What do you see?
Um, okay, buddy. I let him in. Can Slya attempt to hide behind a suit of armor?
Yeah, sure. You can sort of just like kind of crouch in between two of them, just kind of like
you
hands
can
on your head. Like, I'm not
I guess Blue can try and make herself look big or something.
sure. There's one with like a shield, which Slya crawls behind, and then Bluey, you stand on the other side, just like. And then, Brian, what are you doing? Where are you hiding? Or are you
Be
just
a
gonna stand at
stuffed
the
bunny.
wall?
No, I would like to use a wild shape to turn into a real bunny and curl up on the cat rug.
Brian,
We
you
go
suddenly feel like,
like-
oh my gosh! As you finally feel yourself like, oh my gosh! If only I was a real bunny right now. Flump.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Cass like peers around the curtain like,
You hop along and curl up on the cat rug,
Nice.
which Moran has actually used a small minor illusion on himself to make himself look like a cat rug. So there you go. Now,
Whew.
everyone, from your hiding places, Bluey, I think you get the best view of this. I'll describe it to you first. You see something. A spectre moving through the wall. This sort of large, maybe like, well, not large, like kind of tall statured, feet not touching the ground, just wisping away before they quite meet the floor. Male figure with just this like gaunt, drawn expression, just brow low and flat as possible, cheeks like hollowed out and narrow, and just like scowling forwards. You think once, maybe if he wasn't so sour, he might have been quite handsome. However, being a ghost, okay, I'm gonna say it's 100 years ago. No, but like
Family resemblance?
maybe in Baz's eyes, there's something there.
This is like, I knew it.
Maybe in Baz's, from Baz's
I
viewpoint,
know,
it's like
I know,
"Cool."
twitching aggressively. I knew
No
it.
one else sees it. This like fragment of Barnabas's soul as he tore himself to pieces searching for his cat.
Relatable.
So Barnabas drifts, wafting through down the corridor, and as he passes, you hear him go, "Goose, goose, goose," and he stops at the foot of the corridor, and he's going to do a perception check. Georgia is frozen.
We all need to roll stealth, right? Do we?
Yes, and I need. That's what I was saying. You're going to do a perception check versus your
Oh
stealth.
God, sorry, everyone froze for me for a
Welcome back.
hot minute.
Cool, it's fine. You're just doing a stealth check versus his perception.
Okay. Also, whilst this is going on, I feel like Cass would really want to like speak to someone, and she probably picks Slya, but she's like really annoyed that she can't just talk. And then she realizes that she can talk inside Slya's head.
My
so
goodness.
she's casting a
Yeah,
message.
you hear a voice.
And it goes, "Didn't we like want to find Barnabas and lead him to the cat? Why are we hiding?
And
Did we not run towards the office?"
so I think that this actually tracks with what Slya's stealth roll was. Slya responds out loud.
So first, can I have everyone's stealths, please?
8.
Slya.
10.
9.
Oh, boys. Okay. Yep, anyone get above
16.
10.
that? Ooh, Bluey. Did you roll with disadvantage?
Wait,
Oh, you
sorry,
rolled
what
with
did I
advantage, though, yes?
We're
Oh, is it
rolling
rolling
stealth,
stealth?
hun.
Stealth. Okay.
Sorry, is it
give
advantage
you
or a
advantage.
straight roll?
I'll give you
What does
advantage.
a bunny
that's fine.
have?
Oh! 16, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
And
got 16. Wait. Bunny D&D. I'm just seeing if I have different stats.
Bunny stats. Hop around and
Why is it blurry? Rabbit.
Wabbit.
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 Plus
Wiggle that
1.
nose.
17.
amazing. So with an 8,
Still the best
a
of the
9,
group.
a 10, and another 8 from Loran, the 16 and 17 are unfortunately a little bit lost amongst the fray as the spirit stops and goose, goose, and Cass, as part of your casting of message, you just kind of start muttering under your breath like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe I can do this." And as the magic kind of like puffs out from you, the ghost of Barnabas just looks across towards you. And then the moment you sort of hear that catch in your mind and you reply out loud, Slya, he whirls around. "Who is here? Who has come to take my cat from me?"
Oh, shit.
And,
Oh no, we're trying to help you find it. Actually,
Emma, did you say that Cass has advantage on persuasion rolls if she appears leg first? Was that one of her things?
Oh my god.
Yes, it
I can't
is.
remember.
But I am going to say that the armor across that corridor is beginning to shudder and animate. Just like,
Okay. From behind the curtain, a seductive leg appears. And then she's like, "Barnabas, we're here to reunite you with your cat. We promise we're here to help." And then out comes Hot Dog leg.
okay, so all right, I'm
imagining
imagining like his attention vaguely. So do it. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be seduced, perhaps.
No, I don't think she's trying to seduce him. It was just a persuasion roll. It was to get his attention.
Understood.
And I mean, I feel like the seduction would fail as soon as you saw the hot dog,
Gotcha.
unless he really craves
Unless
that
he's
meat.
really into that.
Oh my god, natural 20
Oh my god.
plus 6.
Why did I do this? Okay, so I did this to myself. Okay,
I'm picturing a very Moulin Rouge-esque
all the armor just kind of like
fishnet leg.
shudders to a stop. If you guys don't fight anything in this whole game, it's your own fault. So, just so you're aware. He looks from you, Slya, down to the cat rug, which is sniffing, as Brian's rabbit gives it some slight allergies, towards the peg-legged table, which is just sort of just like quaking ever so slightly with the effort of holding itself up. To Slya,
I really
just,
want
like,
this art.
peeking out from behind a shield, looking around just like, you simpletons think that you can hide from me. Where is my cat? Before I take your friend's life like I killed those 12 people. And Slya, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah.
Hang on. Is this something I can intervene with? Or
You don't need to. It's okay. I'm just trying to get
Sorry,
Kay to not eat the
grapple.
dice.
Sorry, no, I'm afraid. I made a mistake. It's a grapple check. So you need to make either athletics or acrobatics. Sorry.
Emma,
Either
you
way.
loudly-
It's a natural 20 plus 1.
Oh,
just
snap.
It was not a natural 20. That was very high. So you do see these like armor all sort of beginning to converge around you, Slya, as they begin to like kind of crush their way forwards. And you manage to duck out of the way of one, but there are more swiftly behind. So you're sort of just kind of like on the floor like, oh my god, I can't believe I escaped that. Oh, there's more of them. Everyone else you kind of see Slya is being slowly enclosed upon. None of the armor seeming to realise, Bluey, quite yet that you are not one of their number. But Bunny Brian, you can see her quivering on sort of just like on the ground, just like, what the fuck is happening from your brilliant vantage point at this sort of just eye level. Cat Loran just kind of
Okay, I think seeing him already attacking Slya, Cass is like, oh hell no. We were trying to help you, you bastard, and like Eldritch blasts some of the armors around Slya. I think Cass is just like
it's more like a restraint situation rather than like a punch. He's like, it's more like a this is your chance. That's the kind of vibe.
Okay, all right. Then maybe she rescinds the Eldritch blast. And she's
Louis,
like,
I'll get to you. Just 1 second.
she's like, yeah, come with me. Chill. Let's go.
Bluey, what did you say?
I'd love to try and like rugby sevens style tackle the suits of armor trying to go for Slya. Just like get them out of the way. Is that because I feel like that fits in with like
Understood.
Bluey. Yeah.
I'll say that you can try and attack one of them, which is trying to get like one at a time.
Okay.
So make a grapple, make a strength check versus their acrobatics.
A
not that
general
much.
strength.
But they did roll an 18. So
okay.
roll high.
Oh my god. I've just seen one of my spells. I can make myself fly.
Flying hot dog.
Oh no.
20.
That was a 15. Yeah.
Okay. It just kind of like rolls away from you. Slya, in a minute you're going to have to make another check. But for now you're okay. You see these creatures just kind of like animated armor just kind of like roughhousing their way over to Slya. And Barnabas says, oh, you want me to come with you? Huh.
My buns to your cat.
You are abhorrent creature.
Abhorrent. Oh my god.
Who else
Yes,
is
that's
here?
right. Talk dirty to me, Barnabas.
No!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Don't flirt with Cruel's great grandfather.
I had
chaos.
I had to do it. It was too easy.
A certified freak.
Yes, that's
Yes, well, we
right.
may be a group of freaks who can take you to your cat. Would you like to follow us now? And Slay is going to cast a suggestion.
Okay, you can certainly try.
This
What
is
do I have to do?
chaos.
I need a wisdom save.
So use the red one to instead of just suggest rage. 8. Oh my god, what is with all the 18s? It's 18 on the dice, so I don't think that's going to pass it, is it?
No,
It's
no,
going to save it, is it?
no.
I can feel you using your magics on me. You think I am not a dark sorcerer, even in this spectral form.
Can I transform back
Sure.
and just say, we can use the hot dog as bait? Cats love hot dogs.
You transform
Jimmy,
back.
slightly.
She'd be great bait.
You've all been touched by my curse.
Well, I'm not
You
too
think
bothered
you're
by
not
this,
the-
but
No. You think you're the first group who's walked through here and told me that they could help me find my cat.
yes,
We
but were they
actually
touched by your
can.
curse? Were they hot dogs and sexy cats and sexy librarians and sexy
Hey,
bunnies and
No,
a pirate?
they took what
and
they
suit of
needed
armor?
from me and then they left.
Well, we're different. We're a sexy
Well-
hot dog crew.
We just want to be back to normal and get you your cat because we think it's unfair that your cat was taken in the first place. We're not as convinced by the murder. That is not great. But like,
They
that was your cat.
deserved it.
I
Well, it was your
understand. I
cat.
think it's totally reasonable.
Exactly. They were good people.
Once they
Ew.
took the cat.
They wanted to end world hunger.
Oh my god, he's a Tory.
He's a Malel. We just need to expect
School
this.
meals to every child. in the
Oh no! Oh no!
I didn't even enjoy that. No, no,
Oh,
no.
He's a rank
that's
supporter.
horrible.
They didn't understand. And I doubt you would either. However, you have found my one weakness. I don't like any of you. Fiends.
We don't really like you either.
I don't like your great grandson, but I don't really know you. You seem to like cats, so I'm kind of ambivalent.
Handsome.
Yeah, he's about 6'3", pretty good looking, but terrible personality.
Sounds like that runs in the family.
Are
that
we
Lorraine?
gonna have a therapy session right now?
I'm sorry. No, that was Barnabas.
Okay, just the terrible personality. Sounds like it runs in the family. That's
no,
what would come
yeah,
out of
that's- yeah,
Loren's mouth, yeah.
now I wish it was Loran who said it, so it's Loran who said it. The magic of being the DM. I win.
Right, let's go to your find your cat so I don't have to be a hot dog anymore.
All right, take me to the cat
Onwards.
if you think you can. Sweet. Wow, diplomacy worked.
Right.
Was not at all expecting that. This is going to go a lot faster than I anticipated. So,
We still have a costume competition to do, too.
that's so
Yeah.
true. So, you
Still have to drop
lead
hot plants on
Barnabas.
Coral's head.
Slea, I am going to make you make another either athletics or acrobatics to get out of it. Another grapple,
Okay.
which is a 17. 8. You were just like kind of being carried, like arms like this, just like with an animated armor, just like clonk, clonk, clonk. The others have gone to sort of like stand back at their various posts. This is just one, it's just holding you up by the arms. Your feet are kind of dangling off the floor a little bit. It's not uncomfortable, it's just a bit annoying.
You don't have to expend energy walking.
Clonk, clonk, clonk.
It's still irritating.
I'm sure he'll put you down eventually.
I won't.
Slaya's gonna
We'll deal with that later.
Slaya flips the arm of the bird.
I don't understand this thing. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Keeps going forwards.
Can I try to dispel magic on the armor that's carrying Slaya?
Sure.
Hold on. So dispel magic, do I have to roll for this one?
Read the spell for me.
Choose any one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower ends 4th level higher ability check using spellcasting. DC equals 10 plus spells level. Successful check spell ends.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Plus 3, 15.
Perfect. Yes. This is exactly what you needed.
Disintegrate.
Barnabas is just like, oh. Fiend. And starts
He was a bit
just
rude.
sort of floating forwards. So are you.
I've been nothing but lovely to you. Keep talking.
Slowly
Apart from
forward.
saying your great
as
grandson
you-
had a terrible personality. It's not rude.
As you float halfway, about like 2/3 way down the corridor, you notice there is a small side table with a telephone on it. This one is more like an actual telephone that you would use.
I thought you were going to say,
and,
we see Neff still there. It's a side table.
Neff is
like spindly
you
waffling
believe is
behind.
still a table. You are down on the
Spider
round
Neff.
level as he kind of just like walks forward on all fours next to you. There's a half
we are
table
a
pushed together.
monstrous party right now.
Horrifying, truly. And there is a cell phone on it.
Don't you know this?
Jesus Christ, no. Sorry. So, oh my god.
It's not a good mental
Hang on.
image, I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, there's a table with a phone on, and it's not Neff.
So, it's
It gets worse the way you think about it.
I don't know what's more. I feel like I just don't know what's more horrifying: the hot dog or like Neff being like.
Yeah.
They're both
No,
horrifying.
I feel like it's quite eldritch. They're just like long peg legs and arms.
Yeah, you know
Human
in
body.
Doctor Who where you've got like the flesh thing and it like has a really long head and it goes all weird.
The
I don't know
Jagged
why,
Fist.
but I'm kind of viewing. Neff wouldn't look that horrifying.
I think
but
she
that's
does
the
look that
image I have in
horrifying
my
now.
head.
If she didn't look that horrifying before, she's definitely turning to some sort of monstrosity now.
Oh my God.
Fine.
I imagine she's just turning into a peg leg spider at this point. Can I have that happen? Is that a thing that...
Big like spider.
right. So, what's fun is there's a table with a cell phone on and it starts ringing. Ring, ring, ring.
I pick it up. No, it's Ender, I want to say
Alright,
hi.
Brian picks it up. Go on,
We're
Brian.
friends now.
The slings and arrows of outrageous Fortuna to take arms against the sea of troubles. Oh, you picked up. Hi, it's me.
Hi, Ender, how's it going?
I mean, I've been just doing Hamlet.
Mhm.
It's
You're doing
alright. I
amazing.
just heard some noises and I wasn't sure. Have you knocked over the antique armor? There are people coming to collect that like next
No.
week. It's going to the British Museum and it really
No,
needs to be in
no.
good
Hold on, just one moment. Guys, what are we doing? What's a good excuse?
It makes calamity of so long life.
We're trying to
Well, who
not
would
be
take
hot dogs anymore.
No, give me a fun excuse. Like, what are we doing that's making so much noise?
We're having a lot of trouble with the puzzles.
Ender, we're having a silent disco.
Hi.
We got bored.
You didn't invite me?
Well, we're new friends, Ender. Silent disco is usually the third
Oh,
friend
I
date.
invited you to my birthday.
Oh, great. Well done, Brian.
No, it's fine. I understand. I get it. People tell me.
And
when
do
I
you know
have
about friendship boundaries in relationships? You know, like a friendship has to progress organically.
Oh God.
Doing great.
Brian is brutal.
I kind of
He's had one friend in his entire life. Leave him alone.
No, Cass is enjoying
I
it
just kind of
as
thought
the
that
token
because you guys
friend.
trusted me with your horrifying visages that you meant that I meant more to you than just that. Also,
And,
I don't know if you knew this, but like we live in the same building, and I see you guys like all the time, and I say hi, but like you never really respond, and I was kind of confused.
I apologize. You know what? Let's accelerate our friendship to our second friendship date when we will have a silent disco. I rarely do this for people.
It's great.
I want you to
I
know.
also want you to know that I work at the coffee shop you guys go to, and I always like come and say like, hey, like like it's the classic Ender like comes and brings you your coffee, and you guys say thanks, and I'm like, that's all right. This is an extra biscuit.
Oh
for
no!
you.
The hot dog has fallen over. Oh, there's ketchup everywhere. Sorry, Ender. I've got to go. Bye.
Brian, help me!
4 stories
Oh,
7
poor
years
guy.
ago. Oh, wait. That wasn't Shakespeare. That was Abraham Lincoln.
He's run out of
Signor
Shakespeare.
Antonio, many a time enough upon the reals you upbraided me about my monies and my usances.
Is Barnabas
stuff.
just like fucking pissed by this like
Barnabas
He's
is
like,
just
what
like
are you doing?
raging in the corner, just like about to summon like the fiends from the earth to smite you all.
Sorry.
But, like they're like what you see actually, kind of he's standing like arms out, like claws up, and he's just like summoning these like strange, like stretched, screaming faces, like they're about to crawl out of the floor from underneath the carpet, just like. And the
I think
moment you
Cash
kind of
just
put the
walks
phone down,
past them.
thank God I hate that voice.
Onwards.
Cat, now, or I'll kill 12 more people at random.
I mean, it's like there's like coming
That's
up
very
to
Avengers
12
Endgame
not
of you.
really.
So, you guys lead him through the corridor.
That was Infinity
he
War,
says-
Lily. Fake fan. Sorry.
I'm not even a fan.
I know.
You think I'm a
Wow.
Marvel fan? I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. Can you not tell by looking at me, Anna? Sorry.
I don't
I'll fight.
I think you can have like both.
Okay, everybody,
This
let's
is a
not
war.
have a battle of
There
the
is no interim.
fandoms right now.
We've already discussed this.
Battle of the fandoms.
Okay, never mind. So anyway,
Barnabas just gets shoved to the side. It's like, it's Lord of the Rings that we're watching this weekend. No, it's the entire Marvel film. I've already told you I'm not watching that
Barnabas
shit.
wants Lord of the Rings. It's very difficult for him. Barnabas was probably died around the time it was written. So there you go. He lived long enough to write a biography of the man he hated, just to spite him. So
Very
He also is
beloved.
clearly a fan
Indeed.
of 50 Shades. So, thanks.
you get the
No, very
impression some of
beloved
that
him.
was dressed by the employees of dear God, by the
No,
employees of
Carol definitely
No,
picked it out.
Emma,
His favorite book.
no, this was all for Barnabas and for Lord Hyssel. The pair of
And
them
then
like them
Carol's
both.
favorite book is 50 Shades.
They really fell out because someone borrowed it and didn't put it back when they were supposed to. That is what this
Dear
is all
Lord.
really about.
What have I done?
Carol's inner goddess.
Emma just being like, can we have one game that doesn't dissolve? This is weird. Chaos flashes back to Terrified and Fast, just like
Terramine the yoga teacher bottom.
Look what happened to my fringe. You did this to me.
I would say you love it, but I feel like you don't.
No, she loves it. Wouldn't survive without us.
Just we might live longer. Just not.
It would be as fun.
Right, you
Yeah.
make it to the end of the corridor. And as you go, Barnabas remarks, look, my old quarters. Ha. Never going back in there. I shouldn't have let that fiend get his hands on my things. as you pass a locked or a closed door at least. Wow, what's that? Neat.
That sound was not human.
That was
thought that was coming from the door. I was like,
It was very disturbing too because we heard the scream before we saw you scream.
Yeah.
Because you're laughing. That was horrifying. There's this high-pitched screech.
Get used to that.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of that in this household. Oh, it's gone. Oh.
It was
Okay.
all meant to last.
As
Like
we
cherry
cross-
blossoms. If ever.
is the door locked as we pass it?
You can try the handle if you like.
I think Cass would.
Sure. You try the
Also
handle the
looks-
moment you do. Barnabas goes, ah, never! Don't let me in there. Don't even let me see the contents.
Whose room is that?
That
Mine.
was his old ones. Well, keep floating
Right.
away, Barnabas. I want to have a peek.
Fuck you.
I was so cringy before I died. Don't look at that.
My Twilight posters are still on the wall.
Look, you just see he was Team
Yes.
Jacob. Of course he was.
Oh, my lulz.
Slaya wants to give Cass a little bit of guidance because she also wants to see in that room.
Okay, just
Okay.
and opening inside. It's a it seems like it's been very well preserved. Like maybe this is one of the rooms that is used as like a kind of like a tour, you know, like to show people when they come on a tour of the house. There are little labels and like small like kind of artifact boxes around which kind of just kind of talk about what certain things are. And you see one of the artifact boxes is distinctly empty. And on the plaque reads, "The personal journals and research of Barnabas Millell." Barnabas Millell was employed as a footman from 1914 until 1920. He was the only member of the household to survive the disappearance. After a thorough investigation by police, he was acquitted with little evidence. He spent the remainder of his days living in South London, where he wrote a single biography, a scathing look back, remarking on the time he spent in this manner. And it's just a empty box.
Do I see any black powder near it?
So you make an investigation check first, or a survival check. Anybody wants to research this room? Investigate this room. Please do make an investigation check.
18.
18.
I
Yes.
think.
You don't see any black powder. However, you do see evidence that maybe this was kind of broken into. Like there are scratches along the lock. There are sort of footprints disturbing the rug, which is just kind of like lining the edge of the room. And from like the settling of the dust and the sort of reaction of Barnabas, you know, how he talks about someone coming in before you, you get the impression that this was a very recent break-in.
Does it smell like
One that
Carol's cologne?
You are intimately familiar with Carul. That's all I'm saying about Brian. The obsession, if I was around, I would be like,
It's not an obsession.
So I'm going to say that it doesn't. So it wasn't Carul.
Brian.
Or
It
at
was
least
not Carol.
well, no. If it was Carul, it's like for whatever reason he would have like it doesn't quite smell like that. It smells more like, you know, an old house, which is quite overpowering. There's not like a lingering scent of perfume. So nobody was here long enough to sort of leave that residue behind. Which would be quite the feat.
I don't know, that Armani shit's strong.
Yes, indeed. You smelt a little bit of it on Gerald, but that's about it.
Bad taste.
Ooh la la. Sorry.
Unfortunately. Don't worry. We all know he eventually breaks free.
Emancipate Gerald. That's the new quest for this one shot.
Not this time, please. I'm begging you. Also, I just realised on my little drag queen Sarah there's no blood. Did it. I fixed it. Okay, cool. So, that is what you gather from this room. And you hear Barnabas just going like, those fiends!
Shouldn't
And
we
you also
move
see
on to
another
what's
thing?
his name's room? Where the cat is.
Yes, we go.
Yes.
Cool. Off you go.
Barnabas.
Towards the...
What? This previous fiend, what did they look like? That broke in?
long, dark hair. Halfway down their back.
Gerald.
How did you know their name?
More importantly,
Well,
how
if
did
it's not
you?
Karul, Karul's sending Gerald.
He was in a... what's his costume? A spider costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a spider costume. Of course he was.
He was trying to thwart Laurent's attempts at the costume competition all along.
Karul has a lot more insecurities than I thought.
We will get our revenge.
Laurent says, I reckon whatever it was, Karul was certainly the mastermind.
Mm-hmm. And
Very
therefore, we
solidified
should
that.
drop pot plants on him.
100%. But first,
warming up to the idea.
let's unite Barnabas with his goose and hopefully be no longer a sausage.
Indeed.
That was poetic.
I know. I'm being a hot dog really changes you.
Yes,
In a very literal,
It does
literal
make
way.
more of a dog. Right, Laurent hisses.
If Cass becomes more of a dog, this game would like devolve.
Sadly, I'm a
really
cat
bad.
person.
We know, Laurent.
He scuttles forward.
Oh no!
Right.
Don't use the scuttle. No, it's horrible.
Cats as he hops.
Okay,
This is unsettling.
Cass is sashaying behind Barnabas because as a hot dog she can only sashay.
That's a horrible image.
Thinking about it. Oh my god. So, you guys make your way towards the end of the corridor. However, you do find the door is locked.
Dun dun dun. Locked.
How do you unlock it?
Barnabas, can you open doors with your spirit powers?
No, this door is closed to me.
Can't
There's
you just
someone
walk
inside
through it?
who is keeping me out?
Can't you go through walls?
Not this one specifically.
Oh, okay.
Every other door.
Okay,
Every other
Everyone else in this
door.
house is open to me.
can I spiritual weapon break the
But
door
this
down?
one specifically is not.
Smash the door down.
I just want to.
Probably that misadventure on the other side. She never liked me or the fact that I enjoyed homicide.
How terrible for you.
That not be a popular hobby.
How are you going to get through this door?
Spiritual weapon, third level.
You're gonna try.
I realised that
How does this one
It's a giant pirate sword, right?
Yes, it's a big
Giant.
scimitar.
Scimitar. Yes. Okay, get hacking.
I hack.
Jesus Christ! You're gonna hack at this door?
Yes.
Ender's gonna lose his job,
Spiritually.
dude. That's fine.
It's fine, we'll get it back for him, okay? We have... our incompetence knows no bounds.
Slya also has mending.
True. We can mend the lock back
You'll
once
never know. I'm sorry, Ender, the silent disco got out of hand.
this silent disco just became a violent disco.
Oh, we're
That was good.
upset by this game.
Every game gets more chaotic with the DC, if possible.
Yeah, there was no
Last few
stopping that
weeks.
from doing that spiritual weapon. So it was just like, okay, I guess we're just gonna let that happen, and I'll just fix the door afterwards.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Last few weeks have suddenly ramped up in the chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
places, we've gotten real weird, haven't we?
Sorella asks, why do you only have 2 friends? Don't you want me to set up the meeting with the demon? No, but Sorella asks, why do you have friends? Like, you need more.
Plague masks, moss people, no friends.
Mossmen impregs.
I think we. You know what I think we need? I think the
Okay,
DC
I've got it.
therapy.
Is
Therapy.
there like a little keyhole?
I'm breaking it
Yeah.
down with a sword. Keyholes are irrelevant.
Was
Okay, can I just really quickly ask, Neff, can you please roll some damage on the door?
Sure thing, I can
You
indeed
can
roll some damage for you.
3d10.
3d10, let's go. Okay, let me just pull out 3 of these boys.
Intense.
That's.
Turn into a gaseous form.
Are we counting a 0 as a 10? It's gonna be.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's a 22 points of damage.
Okay, the door is like half, like completely severed. Cass, what are you doing with the rest?
I think Cass is just gonna puff into mist and
Okay,
float through the cracks.
you guys get the sudden waft of a hot dog cooking
Oh.
smell as Cass just pops into mist.
A waft of hot dog.
Smells like
the
hot dog.
expiration date is upon us.
And you can just
so-
about everyone except Bluey could probably fit through this door right now, as it's like kind of just like half broken off its hinges.
Okay, can I break it
Oh,
open further for
if
Blue?
it's already if it's already done that, then I wouldn't need to puff into smoke. I thought it was still like shut. If that was the case,
Cool.
then Cass would probably
Ode
just
the
try and-
dog.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just for fun, you do it for a moment. It's just like, oh, and then you think about it, but you don't commit to it.
Okay.
So just for fun.
Okay. All right.
Hot dog
But you
number
don't have to
5.
use the spell slot. Just like, oh, just smoke. Oh, she's back.
Hot dog
Um,
number 5.
So you guys hop through the door, but how are you getting Bluey through?
Can Bluey try and rugby charge the door?
Oh yeah!
Make
I love chaos.
an unarmed strike. So
Oh.
strength. Roll a d20 and add your strength to it.
I have no
Uh,
arms. Every strike I make is unarmed.
I have unarmed strike as a +7 to the hit.
Using your body as an improvised weapon, just add that 7. Natural 1.
Yeah. What the fuck is happening tonight?
Boom. All your armor just shatters onto the floor, and your helmet just rolls to a stop. Like, oh no! You are
Wait,
still
am I-
alive. In the
Am
helmet.
I just sort of in pieces?
All your limbs are kind of just like walking, kind of just like flailing, like ah! Like one of your legs is still walking, like.
Oh,
Can I carry the pieces through the door and then reassemble Blue on the other
You
side?
certainly may. Bluey, you watch your kind of helmet from the floor. You just watch your arm, your leg, your torso.
It's like the Pirates of
which
the
is just
Caribbean
armor.
guy.
Yeah,
Guys,
just
thank
being carried
you.
through. Then I'm going to grab her helmet. And I'm going to grab her head. Unfortunately, with her peg leg arms, Neff is struggling to carry all of Bluey.
Cass will pick up her head.
Yeah.
And she's like got it like under her little
So
sausage
one
arm,
of
and
each
she's
of you has
like,
a limb, I think.
thank you.
In order for this to work, one of each of you has to hold a limb. So
Yeah.
you guys can just
Easy
randomly
peasy.
choose which ones you have, and you guys make your way up the walls.
Pick a
As
limb,
you go,
any limb.
you just hear another like bring, 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 and Brian, you realise you're still holding the phone.
Ender.
What was that? Just what was that?
I told you the hot dog fell over. We were just cleaning up the ketchup.
That was really loud for a hot dog and ketchup.
She's a big
stains on
hot dog.
her hands.
I'm sorry, and there's a lot of bun.
Yeah, a lot of bun here.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. Pristine.
Well,
Experienced silent disco is here.
you know what they say. You know,
Friendship
to sleep
is forgiveness.
perchance
I
to
agree.
dream. There's the
Goodbye,
rub. Well, okay. Okay. Oh, I'm bleeding.
Oh.
Oh,
I think I whacked myself. Oh,
Whack.
I'm just gonna quickly go get a tissue. I will be
Yeah.
right back.
Oh.
I'm just
I'm
gonna.
sorry I imitate your cat every time. Like,
I do that as well.
No, I do it too.
I meow at my cat when he meows, and he meows back louder, and then it becomes competition.
Meow, meow, meow.
I just thought I'll type it.
Okay, so making your way through the door. Barnabas attempts to follow, but then there's like a no as he tries to go through the door. He just it's like he's banged his head on the front door, like bong, and there's something preventing him coming through.
Barnabas,
And you
yeah.
see he's
We'll
beginning
bring
to,
your
like,
cat
summon
to
the spirits
you.
from the floor again. I'm sorry.
We'll bring your cat to you. Fucking take a chill pill, man. God. I'm done with your drama.
Bring her to me, or I will kill the boy Ender.
Brian doesn't
No.
You are far more like me and my descendants than I thought.
I so love that this was proposed as like Brian doesn't get social cues, and he's like, I don't care if he dies.
That was me. That wasn't Brian. I said it right after. That's not Brian. Brian might have been raised by Karul, but he's not evil.
Oh, he's funny. He's just savage. I like this
Are you
Brian.
sure? Are you sure? Because I've been getting a vibe that maybe he's
A vibe.
okay with murder.
Well, he's okay with pot plant murder.
Wow,
Chill.
fun. That's
Maybe
still a type of murder.
Maybe
Don't tell me
settle-
you're not okay with any kind of murder or Karul.
I was really worried until you said on Karul. Oh goodness.
Murder
So, you
hobo.
guys make your way
Brian,
through.
murder hobo.
Emma.
Oh goodness.
Brian and Cass would be great murder hobos.
They would. Can we just like
Yeah.
turn evil and just fuck off and just start murdering everybody, please?
Just
Please.
around running after like, guys, wait, no. Too fast.
It's
Okay,
like
I'm
Among
gonna
Us.
put a right. Hear
No.
it for a second. No lies. If you guys did randomly start murdering people, Loran probably would dip because he's not for murder, unfortunately. He is a good boy at the end of the day. He might try and
We
exercise
implore
you, and if
him.
you realise that you weren't being possessed as you did it, he might have to question some things.
We'd install
So
him
that's
if we're murder hobering.
This is why dating a villain is better than dating a hero, because the villains will burn down the world for the last kiss.
Here's the thing, Rand probably wouldn't want to do the last kiss if you destroy everything. So
Brian has to
questionable.
question some things as well then.
Dear Lord.
Wait.
Yes, well.
Okay, anyway, Barnabas, summon your spirits if you want some company while you have a fucking hissy fit. We'll go bring you your cat.
And you guys continue. Certainly, you guys can go on upwards. So you make your way up the stairwell. It begins to spiral around until you appear in the tallest clock tower-esque sort of structure of
Oh
this.
my god, is Fiona gonna be here?
No.
We spiral out of control.
Giraffe.
Erases that part of my notes. They're not. They are down in the Shocktoberfest. You approach what appears to be the top of the stairwell, where you open up into just an open landing, which seems to hold Heisel's office. Inside, you see on the floor there is a magic circle which has just been etched and sort of like faded with time, and it looks like this really hasn't been used in ages. Either people don't really know. Hey, maybe people never were able to open this door before now, but you've certainly been able to enter. You see a beautifully decked out cat castle, which has been warm. There's a full food bowl which has unfortunately rotted away over time
Cass looks a
into
bit
just like
my future.
That's you.
there's an empty water,
Hey, Cass,
an
it's
empty
you.
bowl of water too. A well-worn cat bed which still has like very small cat furs on it, of like a little tabby, maybe a little grey tabby cat. You see a photo album. Scattered around the album are various pictures of Artovius and his apprentices. The same portrait of Barnabas, the straight hair, gaunt face. You see on the wall there is a very exquisite oil painting rivaling almost actually almost better than the painting of Artovius downstairs. A portrait of a dark-skinned woman with a kindly face, with just kind of like unruly hair. She seems to be just like a serene presence, like loose flowing clothing. She seems very at ease in her environment. It's very light and like the sunlight pouring in the painting. She seems almost like ethereal almost. And underneath it seems to have a small plaque saying that this is a portrait of Miss Adventure.
Oh, I was gonna say.
And she actually, now she doesn't necessarily resemble the fortune teller. More like she acutely resembles the fortune teller, so much so that it's almost interesting.
Oh, for God's sake, that bitch lied to us. She knew everything all along. I'm not saying that she wasn't a nice person, but I'm saying she could have given us more hints.
That's true. Goose.
Maybe she was bound by a magic curse, Bluey says from under your arm.
Can we reassemble Bluey now?
Brian's on the floor, his head in the cat castle, like, Goose, Goose.
I will help reassemble Bluey as much as I can.
Oh, I have her leg. Brian holds it up behind him.
Slay will take it.
Cass throws the head to Slya. Catch!
Oh no!
Slay has to put a book down.
Yeah.
Slya, make a dexterity check with disadvantage because your head was stuck in a book.
Oh no, sorry.
You said dexterity, not athletics, right?
Dexterity.
Perfect. Okay, cool. 3.
Oh, bronk! It hits you in the nose.
Do my glasses shatter?
Oi, Bluey.
Yes. You have now got
Yay.
permanent disadvantage in perception.
Awesome.
What, sorry?
The other answer would have
But
been
you do
unnatural.
assembly. You do. Wonderful. You do eventually. You are able to. What was it? Reassemble Bluey, and in this room you see the portrait suddenly. Just because I'm going to speed this up, suddenly comes to life before your very eyes. Hello. You have found the other half of my consciousness, the one that knows the secrets of this house. How convenient. Goodness me. This would have been explained in far greater detail if there was more time, but time is of the essence.
But the
And
costume
it's almost
competition, we've gotta be
midnight. There's a costume competition you have to go to. So, everyone, if you want to reunite, wow, I was going to give you a lot more information and a lot less direct detail, but here we are. If you want to reunite Barnabas with his cat, I will release the cat onto you. If you promise that you will not harm Barnabas and let him peacefully proceed to hell where he belongs.
Agreed.
You will choose to
Me?
go.
Yep.
I have no feelings for him at all.
All Malels can go there.
Wonderful. So there is a key in the desk. Go to the litter box and just, in the air above it, just turn it in midair and it'll open a pocket dimension which will release the cat.
Brian's already going. He wants to see this cat.
Okay, you do this.
He's hopping around.
You hop over to the blonk, blonk. You kind of hit your head on the ceiling once or twice.
Wow.
And yes, there is a key, quite an exquisite key with like a half moon detail on the other end. You take it, you go over to the cat castle and you place it above the litter box. You give it a turn, and as it does, reality ripples before your eyes. And hopping through is remarkably still alive, a small grey tabby cat.
Oh.
One eye is
cuddle it.
missing.
Cuddle it. I don't care. I roll an animal handling check.
Okay, so do you know Mr. Pounce on TikTok? This is who that cat was, who was designed after.
I don't know
Mr.
about that.
Pounce. Mr. Pounce. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he just will not stop screaming, and it's quite wonderful. He seems to be very well cared for, and very kindly handled. He just seems to have a really bad attitude.
I'm still rolling an animal handling. Can I please roll animal handling on the cat?
Go with it. I'll make you do it at disadvantage. Because
Oh, okay, that was really good. Alright.
Because
That was the
this
same
counts
roll!
okay, cool.
It was 2 19s. Plus 6, which is 25.
Okay, they are like.
It was meant to be.
Okay, here's what it looks like. You are dodging the hits, and you're just like, oh wow, what a precious baby.
What a
Yeah,
precious
it's just like. Anyone
There's
else is
definitely
watching this, it's just like absolutely horrifying. Like, oh my
Cass has
god.
put some distance between her and this probably quite hungry cat.
We should take Goose to Barnabas.
The moment you say goose, it kind of just like.
I can see where the name came from. Let's go. Brian puts on his shoulder and strolls down the stairs.
Okay, you just feel like claws just digging in. There's like a small
He's
trickle just down the side. It's fine.
I mean,
fine.
I probably
And Misadventure says, I thank you for releasing the curse upon us. I hope eventually. Oh, goodbye.
yeah,
Nice.
same.
I'll be able to
Couldn't
ascend.
give us so much more information to start with.
Yeah, actually, what's the
If there had
deal?
been a bit more time, she would have explained how the souls had been torn apart, and there is aspects of her being projected into future bodies and so on. But no, this is fine. So,
You didn't pull my tarot card. I
You're
have no
really-
business with you.
Really laggy.
As you go back down the stairs, you see Barnabas is just summoning the fiends from the pits of hell, like he said he was.
Calm down, Barnabas.
Oh, Barnabas, here's your bloody goose.
Brian holds up. Same.
And Goose is just like. As Barnabas just like
Hello,
takes it in
Goose.
his hands, this alive cat, and it's just like, child. The only thing in my life, my best friend. I'm sorry that I couldn't quell my thirst for blood enough to care for you.
I don't think she can quell her thirst for blood either. Brian brushes his claw box on his shoulder.
Yo, Barnabas.
I only regret that you found out about me killing all those people.
I don't think she can comprehend murder. She is an animal.
She is intelligent.
No, animals are just higher life forms, so like they don't have human qualms with morality.
Actually,
Sorry.
cats. Looks
You
to
are.
Loran.
Loran is just curled up on the floor, just like.
Background
sleep
Leah is
80 hours a day.
bending that door.
Oh,
Makes
yes.
Barnabas, you know how we reunited you with the only person you've ever seemed to love? Can we not be? How do we change the curse?
Expiring.
Fix this.
Yes. All right. In my research papers, the cure is written.
The cure Gerald has.
Ah,
You see, if you'd listened to me, we could have
I
skipped
could
this
tell
entire
you.
thing and gone to Karul and dropped a pot plant on his head and
He's
just
more
gotten
to say.
Gerald to give us the papers.
He has more to say! Oh my god! Stop! Oh my god! I'm breaking! This is me breaking. I've broken. Hi guys.
Oh.
All of these
I've
characters have information!
We know what we're leading up to.
What if we burn down the whole house? We can still do it.
No, I was about to say. It was written in the cure is written in my notes.
Mhm.
However, I can detail it for you.
That'd be
But I have
lovely.
one request.
Sure.
I understand that what has happened here today is regrettable. None of the murder,
Mhm.
just the fact that you became a hot dog.
Agree.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I want to take my research to the grave with me so I can continue it in the hells without any corruption from mere mortals. If you get the chance, destroy them.
Oh, you what, Barnabas, then? Cass, literally, I have to do this. We will get you your papers and we'll change the curse, but I don't want to be a hot dog anymore, but I'm enjoying having these awesome powers. So can you make it so that when I'm back to my normal form, I can still do the magics? I will make a deal with you, Barnabas.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He is
Come
technically
on,
drunk
guys.
as well, so that's fun. I'm intrigued. We will discuss this at length in your dreams.
But the deal is I get you your papers, you continue your work, I get to retain the powers. Yes?
This is a one-shot. This is not going to impact any of the rest of the world. Sure, yes. I'll allow it.
Yeah!
So Barnabas says, there's a particular weed. You can buy it fairly easily these days. If you alight it and waft it and inhale, you should be able to remove the effects of this curse.
What?
It's an herb. I
It's a
get you.
herb.
I get
All
you.
cut out. So I just saw you doing this, and I was like,
All right. Yes.
We just smoke some herb.
oh.
Light some in. Just deeply inhale. You should pass
But,
out,
like,
and then you'll
should
wake
we-
up.
Should Loran enter the costume competition like this? Because he's almost certain to win.
Loran says, as much as I would like to win upon my own merit, that was a shoo-in anyway. I just want to see how people would react to this, so maybe that could be fun. Also, I do
you're
feel
right.
like my costume is still here. Hi, I'm having my zoomies now, so he's just like a little bit hyper. I don't know. I do want to win on my own merit, but I also really just want to win. And I was willing to drag all of you down except for Ulster in order to do so. So, what do you think?
Character development.
Can I retcon something? Can I have searched the room for some catnip? Because there's all sorts of very nice things in that
Don't
room.
hype Loran up.
Catnip. Sure,
That-
fuck
that
it.
is-
Yes, you have it.
That is all right. Loran, I'm going to make a deal with
What's
you
that?
now. Sniff this, and then I am down for you to go into the costume contest, and then we will get the curse off.
I'm very confused, but okay.
Sniff, sniff.
Starts walking on his hind legs.
Cass, what have we done? This was my
Something
petty
amazing.
revenge. Because of him saying I need to look like a shitty costume, I look like a hot dog. So this was my petty revenge. I'm sorry. I just...
Why am I relaxing this? I'm so method. Loran is essentially bouncing off the walls. He kind of just like, you know how cats do that thing where they just like run backwards and like he hits the wall and he kind of falls around. It's like
Oh no.
starts walking down the
Cass is
stairs.
so happy.
I'm gonna Loran, please let me. No, I don't want you to bang your head. Can I carry you? He runs after him.
Wonderful. None of you then see. Only the remaining of you see. Then say, see, and Barnabas then say, yes. Perhaps take the book and destroy it. But first, if you want to remove the curse, I will start the process for you. But if you want to speed it up, that particular weed would help.
You're a
And then
gem.
that's kind of the curse noise, I guess. And you guys start to feel just like a sort of fizzing inside of you as you feel like maybe there's the beginnings of some kind of change happening within you.
Let's get to the costume contest quickly because Loran might not be like this for long. Let's go.
Go,
Wonderful.
go, go. Do we need to get the notes
Okay.
off Chiral as well? Because we've got to destroy all the
we do.
research. Okay.
Sure.
Go, go, go.
Okay. As
I
you
grab
leave
a
the house,
pot plant
you
on the way
phone
out.
one final time. Bring, 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 bring.
Ender, yes, hello.
Oh my god, I was in the escape room and the bust started talking to me, and it was like, thank you, friends, for releasing me. You've done the Lord's work, as in the Lord Heisel's work. And then it sort of just like froze in place with a smile on its face. It's crazy.
Magic in it. I hang up, leave.
Oh, oh, that poor boy. My favorite part from last session.
In
to do with, like,
absolute every universe, Ender just gets shat on.
Alright.
The one common thread between them all is that Ender has a rough time.
I'm pretty sure Brian bullied Ender in season 1 as well.
Yes, majorly.
You being a
Does it
lamp
look like I've
again?
got a...
Are you being an ood? But
Yeah.
I have an idea.
oh my god.
I'm an idiot. Anyway, you guys begin to rush out of the house, and as you turn behind you, you just hear this like rush of wind just shimmer off from it, and on the breeze you hear the words, "Thank you."
Shut up. Come on, dude. I'm out of here.
And you begin to rush down and make your way towards the costume contest, and you can hear it. And now, welcoming to the stage the participants of this year's Shocktoberfest costume competition. You're pushing away through the crowds. You look up onto the stage. There's already people there. Danielle is strutting her way across in her carrot costume. She looks ethereal in the most ethereal way a carrot can look. She is feeling it. She is looking beautiful, but unfortunately, she is essentially wearing just an H&M t-shirt cut up and made, into like a crop top set. So it's not going to win any prizes. You have a feeling, at least. And next, we have the one, the only Shrekimus in his full dragon fursuit. And Shrekimus,
Oh my
you
God.
just see a huge, like MCM Expo-esque, like dragon scaly fursuit, just like kind of crawling across the top.
Gondo at the front like rips his shirt open, marry me, Shrekimus.
You see like that's Shrekimus.
Senpai.
I am heterosexual from the stage. Bahamut sexual. He's an evangelical in this
Sexual.
world.
Yeah.
Because he's Shrek.
Oh, dear.
Only room for my god.
Representing the Christian Crafts Association.
The local furry chapter.
They make scalien fursuits. Anyway, and next we have a double entry from former student at the High Salarian University, Karul Malel. And Jerome Hart.
Boo! You're the worst! Boo! And that was...
Oh my god. All stare. As you see them go up on the stage, you have a moment of horrifying deja vu. Not only are they wearing sexy cat and sexy bunny costumes, these are exactly to the spec that Loran designed, only more scandalous. Completely ripped off of Loran's designs. It's obvious to you. Karul, who you already knew had never had an original creative thought in his life, is now flaunting it for all to see. But little does he know, he is about to go up against actual cat and
Okay,
rabbit.
Emma, you said that I can do Druidcraft as sauce. Yes?
Yeah.
I cast Druidcraft on the stage, and like ketchup and mayo and mustard, and I'm like making them. I wanted to make it so they trip up.
Both of them are just cruel.
Cass, make it rain.
Both. Yes, make it rain, catch bitches.
All of a sudden you hear,
Ketchup and
okay, Cass,
mustard.
there might be some adverse circumstances to this, but I think you're willing to take it. You sort of just like hands forward, just like ketchup, mayo, mustard, and just like it's just like squirting forwards, and you just see it hits the front of their costumes. It's humiliating. They're ruined. There is ketchup and mayo in Carul's hair, and no
Holy
one can make that
moly.
work. He kind of just says,
Suck on, you bastards! Yeah!
It's the end of the
he
high
looks
school
out into the
movie.
crowds and he just steps forward and he slips and Gerald catches him and he pushes Gerald off.
Oh.
Who did this? You think you can take me down? I'm on the top of my game. You will all kneel before me when I
Yeah, throw the potted plant now!
when I win this competition. You don't even know.
Brian, it's your
Can
birthday.
Brian
I
Barrett's
will
with Loran up onto
burn
the
the
stage?
fashion world to the ground and build it up in my vision.
Brian's
What
gonna
do you do,
bounce
sorry?
around onto the stage with him.
Okay, Loran
Like-
just like kind of coyly lying in your arms, just like flourishing up. You just hear the sort of like the announcers like and interrupting the monologue there for a strange a last minute addition. We have Loran Dehane and Ulster Gaemon, where are also students of the High Slarian University, and they have prepared something that I don't quite understand. And also, you just hop, powerful thigh power. You land, superhero landing with Loran still in your arms, and you stand up slowly, and you place him down, and he just leaves one arm up on your side, and he looks to the side, and he just goes, huh. Bit too saucy then, eh?
Oh no!
Can I, whilst that's happening, cast Crown of Madness on Gerald?
Oh my god.
What do you... Crown of
So-
Madness.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
You
I
want-
Emma,
suppose...
just redo your camera. Sorry.
Or Charm Person. I suppose Charm Person, actually.
Why Crown of Madness, first of all? I'm just curious.
Well, basically, I don't want him to attack, but I want him to admit that they stole the costumes in front of everyone.
Okay, so you want him to turn on Carul.
Yes. So that's why I was thinking
Interesting.
Crown of Madness, because it's kind of an attack.
Sure.
But
That's fine.
not, I don't
I'll take
actually
it.
want
I'll
him...
take it and we can like work with it within that
A
context.
verbal attack.
Alright, so Crown of Madness on Gerald.
13.
No! He is charmed, baby!
He sees Carol for what he really is, which is ugly.
He kind of just like pushes Carul away from him, and luckily he got like only like one side of him was kind of caught in like all of this.
Gerald,
Like
tell them where the
tomato mayonnaise
costume
and ketchup.
idea really came from.
I trusted you. It's true. He stole the costume idea. I know no one actually accused him of that because you can't exactly hear one singular voice in this crowd of hundreds of people, but announce to the microphone, please, and he walks over. None of you know the truth. None of you know what I've been through. He keeps his socks on.
It's literally like, oh, this is a real tea
Keep
right
going,
here.
Gerald.
Yes, spill the tea.
He never takes out the rubbish when I ask him to. He makes me do it all the time. I go to his lectures for him.
Oh,
I'm failing one of my own classes because he is too busy planning his takedown of these two every day, following them around campus. No one sees it, but I do. I see everything. But who stands by to see me when I suffer, I had to go to a palm reader in order to truly clarify a vision for my own future, and I was already on the cusp. But enough is enough. He broke into the house. He stole priceless artifacts. He made me.
Oh, I'll take those artifacts. Hand them over to Ral.
Okay. And he passes them to you. He doesn't quite know why. He's like,
And they're lost in the bun jacket.
Oh.
that's beautiful. He leaves hair in the bathroom. He doesn't clean it up. He clips his toenails on the sofa.
Brian's just like,
Oh.
He doesn't wear sunscreen on a daily basis. He says he's never done it before, so why would he do it now? But I explained to him that even when it's not winter, when it's not summer, the sun can still shine. And he says, I don't know, my mum never wore sunscreen.
Edie, can you please hand the mic to Brian and vacate the stage?
Oh, yes, of course.
It's not your moment anymore.
Carol just stands there in his
Carol.
like ketchup-covered slutty bunny costume. Also, you have the mic.
I would like to do a thing. I would like to take a pot plant that I kept from the fortune teller's place, pull the plant out, walk up to Carol and pat it on top of his head. Just make sure it's all in his hair. He's got a nice little sprout on top, and I'm like, this suits you.
He looks at you and he says, you think you're free from me? You'll never be free from me.
He's been plagiarizing me since I was 8. If his skills can't amount to an 8-year-old.
Get off the stage, Carol. Nobody
I will
likes
enact
you.
vengeance on you.
Brian just pushes him into the ketchup so he skids down the end of the
Oh,
walkway.
he falls down. He is absolutely covered in ketchup. Guess what? He looks like shit. He looks really bad. Just saying his true colours.
What I love is that
And
we
his colours are
basically
ketchup.
physically
And mustard.
I just love that we basically physically attacked Carol on stage. Like, I clearly covered him in sauce. You put a plant in his head.
Okay, sorry, I did forget to do this. I was going to say, as you very obviously like splurt ketchup at him and like begin to sort of just like heckle the stage, security does come and remove you. And Loran and also,
You're a
I mean,
wiener!
other than like actually talking to him, you haven't done too much. However, you do get a warning like, hey, don't touch him. We're already quite confused and we're not sure if you have to hand over to the police. Please keep your distance.
I was just making his costume somewhat original.
Sick burn. Well, I believe that this disqualifies Carol and Jaral, so we will now pass over to the judges to see what they think. The judges for today's costume competition are first of all we have from the Heiselberg University, Corvius.
Win him over.
Loran just is like on all fours, like. Oh wait, I think turn off my mic.
Oh.
My camera. There we go. And Corvius is just like, oh, this bodies are like fiendish. Oh my goodness, it's obscene, but it's very original and very well crafted. So I have to give it a high mark for that. And you just hear, and Slya, you're looking out across the way, and you're just like, wow, what a beautiful person in the crowd. Who is that? Wow, she's stunning. Her hair it coils and flows in the wind. And why is she seated at the judges' table? And you just hear, and Farinia from the arts department, the arts research department, she is also one of our judges for tonight. And she kind of looks forward and she's like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Frankly, I was not convinced when they asked me to join this panel, but hell yeah, this made it all worth it. 100%, yes, you win. Full marks. I haven't actually decided which one. I never decided. Holy shit.
Zarina?
Nah,
You can't be his mother.
Can't be his mum.
Nepotism.
Nobody knows.
And recently acquitted for the murder of her husband, we have Anna Rashun.
Oh my
Hey guys,
God.
I'm here. Hi.
What
That's
a
fun.
way to
That's pretty
introduce somebody.
I love
Oh
how
my
Ender
God.
didn't even know that his dad had been murdered because we by his dad.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And then he's gonna come in and be like, "Wait, Mum, is that where you went last year for a whole year? I don't know."
It just felt right.
Oh, Ender.
And in that moment, you guys know that you won the costume competition. There's fanfare, there is fireworks, and then you are swiftly shoved off the stage so that Skald can come and perform to close the night. So there you go. Everyone,
Woo.
as you are pushed off the stage, you make your way. Loran holding his prize money and his trophy, looking extremely content with himself, making your way as you're in the throes of transformation, but not quite yet back to human form. It's slower than you would have liked. And you get the urge to go over to Miss Fortune's wagon. And Miss Fortune is sitting there and she looks over and she just says, I've been having some very strange visions in the time that you've been gone. Almost as if I lived a past life.
Do you have any weed that would speed this up right now?
Oh, yes, of course I do. Look at me. And she just passes to each.
Finally, something useful from this evening.
So, I believe I've pieced together your predicament. It seems that this was spiked. So I spoke to Mr. Brand, and in his own words, a very charming, attractive man convinced him that he could change the world of alcohol if he specifically tested out this product, this potion that was acquired from the from apparently the house, and he was specifically told that to listen out for the names Ulster and Loran. And when asked how he could do this, the person suggested, I don't know, make up some bullshit like personalized potions and self-introductions. You'll definitely know when you met the right people. So, yes.
Is that a
I
witness
believe it.
testimony
Yes.
that he's willing to
believe so.
provide?
I think that would
sounds
hold up in
like a
court.
crime. I'm going to take Karul to court.
Whether
Hell
they
yeah, baby.
believe you actually turned into these creatures, you definitely at least have a strange attempt on your lives, mayhaps.
Mhm.
Or, yes.
Ender saw through my helmet when I lifted it.
Let's just go with the drink spiking and see how far we can take it.
Oh,
Indeed.
okay.
At this point, I would say Cass is pretty high, and she turns to Loran and she says, "You're a wiener. Get it? Like a winner? But a hot dog winner? A wiener."
Loran's still kind of like hyped on the catnip, just goes, "That's hilarious." Yes.
Just too
I want to be a cat forever.
You are a cat, Loran, in your heart.
I enjoy the ears. He wiggles his ears. You can't see what I'm actually doing.
Brian just reaches out and pats.
Cass
And,
recognizes that Neff might struggle to hold the joint, so she's like, "Here you go," and holds it to her mouth.
This episode rated MA for drug use.
Oh my God.
And Miss Fortune just says, well, I don't quite know what went on in that house. However, it seems to have at least picked up your spirits. And congratulations on winning the costume competition. I do have your friends here still. And you just see, just like still attached to Saraz's neck is just Kev. And Saraz just goes, oh, it's did you do it?
How's the date? How's the date going?
This was we've moved on very fast.
Yeah.
So we might have to take a little bit of space, but I don't think it's necessarily gone poorly. I think we're just going to do a redo. You know?
This is at least second date territory.
Indeed. This is also going to leave a scar if you don't return back. So,
Hell of a
All the
hickey.
best ones do.
Sarah's eyes you suspiciously, then looks at Loran. You are a fiendish man. I love the word fiend. I'm sorry that I give it to all the characters, guys. But I just and
Will we see
as
Kev's
like he
fangs,
begins to sort of just like
retract in real time?
Sorry, what did you say?
Will we see Kev's fangs retract in real
Well,
time?
that's really funny you mentioned that, because the more he kind of inhales, you're just going to feel like Kev just be like, oh, this is ow, ow, ow,
Throw up outside the cart, Kev. Outside the cart.
and Sarah's, as his like wig is starting to slowly like unseam from his forehead, is like, I'm gonna go hold his hair back, excuse me, and just goes off after him.
Am I no longer a
true hero.
sausage?
As you inhale yet one more puff of the magic dragon, you feel your buns return to their regular human form.
So still juicy, but just
Still juicy. You are still covered in
Juice
sauce,
coming
though,
out of
which
those
is
buns.
wondering. Everyone, you're back as humans again. Unless any of you chose specifically not to inhale.
Oh my god.
Wait, rabbit.
Is Celia gonna hold off on the sexy librarian for a little bit?
No,
Just
no.
Slia
no.
was the sexy librarian all along.
All along.
Yeah. All along.
Yeah, now the weed hits, she can see again. She's like, oh, this is great.
wonderful. And everyone, as you lie there or sit there, one of you throwing up off screen in your sexy bunny and cat costumes, smoking weed with a fortune teller after throwing plot plants and ketchup and mustard on Carol Millel. You end up, we will finish up the one shot, two shot for now. I hope you did enjoy. What the fuck? I mean this honestly. What the fuck?
We're
Wait,
nothing
this is
if
the
not
flavor crew.
consistently chaotic.
Emma,
True.
Hi.
does Bluey's armor stay metal, or does it go back to the foam shit?
Unfortunately. You know what? Most of it returns to foam, but for some reason the helmet stays metal. I keep saying it.
No.
Ooh.
Cass casts a
say-
little spell
like,
to make sure that she still retains some of that
Just
spell.
fake that.
Sorry?
What did you say, Cass? Sorry? George?
Cass casts a little spell and is like, yes.
Yes.
We will. Right. I only allowed that because this is a one shot.
Oh yeah, I know. I just thought it was fitting. I mean, now Cass does have a patron. Barnabas.
Neat. Wonderful. All right. Well, then, there you go. I'm glad that's all on
That was
camera.
wild.
Recorded forever.
Yeah.
That hurt a little bit. I won't lie.
Well,
God.
we loved it.
It's
I'm
fun.
glad.
Thank you.
Was very much.
I'm very glad. I also drew a little Loran if he was a cat. Not as in like an actual cat, not like a cat person. And I feel like he would look like this.
Oh,
Oh,
cute.
Oh, the
He's a
little
Look at his
cat
little
goatee.
goatee.
His little goat
Wow.
here.
adorable.
It's cute.
Adorable.
Looks
That's
a bit
all.
like some of those medieval drawings. I don't know.
Alright.
That's not meant as an insult. That's
Brother, may I have some loops?
Alrighty, lads. Shall we sign off the stream?
Sure.
This was a weird one, so as in like time-wise, but also content-wise.
It's weird
But
all
for
around.
more of this lunacy, we're back next week. Times will be updated as and when we know what they are. And that is all for now. Goodbye, my friends.
See you around.
And that is all.
Thanks for watching all.